last week, the players and the fans have been talking the talk, and now it's time to walk the walk. Welcome to a sold-out Husky Stadium here on the banks of Lake Washington for the 1997 Apple Cup game. It's the Washington Huskies against the Washington State Cougars for the battle in Seattle. Hi again, everybody. This is Rick Riz, along with Sonny Sixkiller and Bud Namick, and it's very easy to get up for this ball game. Sonny, you've been there before.
I know that Bud and I are both up for the game, so what about those guys on the field? They've got to be up for this game. This kind of game can divide families, so everybody's ready.
The last time the Cougars were in the Rose Bowl, 1931, 67 years ago.
This is a team of firsts for the Washington State Cougars. They've broken a lot of negative streaks, and they're hoping for one more today.
Now today's game will feature two of the best quarterbacks in the nation, Brock Huard for the Huskies, and of course Ryan Leaf for the Cougars. Sonny?
Well, forget about Peyton Manning today. Right now it's going to be Brock Huard, Ryan Leaf. Ryan Leaf 14-8 as a starter. Brock Huard a little bit better at 16-4, but both these young men can throw the football.
Ryan Leaf, a guy who's just really directed this Cougar offense.
Yeah, and he also does a good job, just like Brock Huard right here, a sophomore, loves to throw the ball deep, and the guy he likes to hit is Jerome Pathan right there with another big grab.
A little different on the end for Washington State. Ryan Leaf will spread the field. He'll be like a conductor of this offense and just distribute the ball to whoever he sees is open. Ryan Leaf putting up some big numbers this year. His next touchdown pass will set a single-season Pac-10 record beyond the likes of Pat Barnes, John Elway, Sonny Sixkiller.
Well, I'll tell you, Brock Huard's real close to 4 more, and he's going to beat the old 35 of somebody I know. But I'll tell you what, he's only a sophomore. Another year, he could probably beat that record of Ryan Leaf.
Great things ahead of both these young men.
You bet. These two guys are fun to watch, and we'll keep our eyes on them the entire afternoon. Now, how about the defenses? The defenses have had a rough time over the last couple of weeks.
They really have, and I think part of the problem, Rick, is the fact they're on the field so much because these offenses are so prolific. For Washington State, a guy to watch, number 22, Brandon Moore. Look at the size of those biceps, Sonny. You want to get wrapped up by those?
I think I'll try to avoid that, young man.
Brandon Moore will line up on the outside. He will blitz from that position. He also has to worry about run contain and occasionally drop back into pass coverage, as he did last week against Stanford with a key interception to help the Cougars have the lead going into halftime. But this is a Cougar team that has given up some yards and given up some big points, and they have to be very careful about getting burnt by the big play today and by special teams.
Yeah, you look at that stat there, the last 4 Pac-10 games, 35.8 points a game, and as you mentioned, last week against Stanford, they gave up some special teams points. On the other side of the coin, guys, Jerry Jensen, the senior from Everett, Mike Price's home, Jim Lambright's hometown. The co-captain wants to go out in a real flash here in Huskyville. He also can go out in coverage. Although he doesn't want to do much of this today against those Cougar receivers, he can drop off and make the pick like he did here earlier against San Diego State.
I love his honesty. He said he didn't like it at all last year and doesn't want to do it again this year. You take a look at the Husky numbers, very similar to what has happened with Washington State.
I tell you, the last 2 games against Oregon and UCLA, 42 points a game almost, and 435 yards a game of total offense. That's a lot of yardage.
Now the series started way back in the year 1900. That game ended in a 5-5 tie. The Huskies have won the last 2. The last time the Cougars won here in Seattle at Husky Stadium was back in 1985. But let's go back, Bud, to 2 years ago. A close game. The Huskies hung on and won it.
Ryan Leaf's first start as a Cougar quarterback. He put up some impressive numbers. Last year, a slow start, big numbers to end the game and send it into overtime in Pullman. He's 0 for 2 against the Huskies. He's hoping the 3rd time is a charm.
It is going to be a great afternoon out for football. It's the Cougars and the Huskies from a sold-out Husky Stadium. The 1997 Apple Cup battle in Seattle. We'll be back with the opening kickoff right here on Fox Sports Northwest.
How would you like to run a business of your own from the comfort of your own home? Be your own boss, set your own hours, and make great money. It's not as crazy as it sounds.
Last year, I made over $100,000 a year from my home.
I just made a down payment for our vacation home, working part-time.
We gave up our jobs.
People thought we were crazy.
And we took in over $250,000 in our first year.
Yeah, you have to be crazy to visit this website and find out how to start your home business. Crazy like a fox. There are thousands of opportunities for you, full or part-time. Live the lifestyle you've been dreaming of. The secret is in this success kit. To get yours, log on now.
Next year, my goal is $500,000.
I made $5,000 yesterday.
We've made enough to spend winter in Hawaii.
Crazy? I don't think so. Log on now to get your success kit.
Every week, some will rise, some will fall, and some will take the next step on the road to the BCS. BCS Breakdown on FSN. With previews of Saturday's biggest matchups and detailed analysis of the national championship picture. BCS Breakdown, Sunday on Fox College Sports.
And welcome back to Husky Stadium. 74,000 plus for the annual Apple Cup battle. 74,000 fans. The players are ready for this game, and so are we. Rick Riz along with Sonny Sixkiller and Bud Namick. A little bit on the cool side, 47 degrees. No chance of rain right now, but they are expecting a little bit of rain possibly later on this afternoon. And yep, Cougar fans are here in force, led by their head coach Mike Price. Mike Price, his 9th year at Washington State, the biggest game, Bud, he has ever coached this afternoon.
Chance for the Cougars to go to the Rose Bowl for the first time in 67 years, and also to pick up their first road win under Mike Price in the month of November.
There's another guy from Everett High School, Sonny Sixkiller, Jim Lambright.
Well, Jim is really looking to be a spoiler this year. I don't know if he can do it. The team, it depends on the team and how they perform this afternoon.
Guess whose birthday it is today, guys? Might make it kind of fun for today. Rodney Dangerfield. And he's wearing crimson and gray.
I tell you guys, look at that series lead here, Rick. That's quite a lead.
The last time the Cougars won here in Seattle, as we mentioned, was way back in 1985. The Huskies have won the last 2 Apple Cup games. Nick Lentz will tee it up and kick it away for the Huskies.
We talked special teams earlier. One thing that could be a big key, young man out of Spokane, 9 Mile Falls, Ryan Chicoine, debuts as the Husky punter today.
Well, they've been up and down all year, guys, with their kicking game. Sean O'Laughlin, not a great effort last week. Coaches elected. Ryan Chicoine has worked very hard to get here. But Nick Lentz needs to get that ball in the end zone on the opening kickoff.
The deep end for the Cougars, number 82, is Nyan Taylor, along with Sean Timms and Kevin McKenzie. Line drive kick that goes into the end zone. We're underway. The Cougars will have the football at their own 20-yard line, and this Apple Cup game is underway. Sonny, you have been here many, many times. What's it like for these players when they run through that tunnel for the very last time for the seniors?
Well, nowadays, you have an opportunity to go to a bowl game. When we were playing back in the early 70s, it was just your last game. You had no opportunity to go unless you were going to the Rose Bowl. But the really neat thing is, as a senior playing the Apple Cup at home, we unfortunately had to go to Spokane and we lost that one. But Ryan Leaf is up to the task.
He's the main man, Ryan Leaf. Big kid, 6'6", out of Great Falls, Montana.
Right away, the Cougars go to the spread.
5 receivers. Nobody in the backfield. The rush by the Huskies, and the ball is going to be caught by Kevin McKenzie down around the 25-yard line. So already a 5-look receiver set for the Washington State Cougars. Here's the offensive line: Rainville, McAdoo, Harrison, Withrow, and McShane. And in the backfield, Michael Black, nearly 1,000 yards rushing. Sean Timms, Jefferson, Jackson, McWashington, part of the Fab 5 at Washington State. Brought to you by Smart Wireless.
Bad break for the Cougars already. McKenzie had that ankle rolled on as he made that catch, and he is going to be helped off the field.
He is Ryan Leaf's favorite receiver for the year. 46 catches for nearly 800 yards. 5'11", 183-pound senior out of Long Beach, California. And that is bad news for the Cougars to see McKenzie limp off the field on the very first play.
Well, Wazoo does a lot of those routes where they pick each other, they roll in, they roll out. That time the receivers, Bud, they were too close to each other on their routes.
Kevin McKenzie with 10 touchdown receptions this year. One more sets a Cougar record.
It is 2nd down and 5 for Washington State. 3 receivers to the near side, 2 on the far side. Leaf to throw over the middle, complete, but tackled right away by Tony Parrish. Chris Jackson, right as he made the catch, hit by Tony Parrish and brought down right away, but a flag is thrown at the line of scrimmage.
It's going to be a false start on Washington State. There was some movement on the right side of the line.
A lot of confusion on Washington's defense. That time Parrish not sure where he's supposed to be late there.
Before the snap, dead ball, false start on the offense. Still second down.
But he didn't see the flag as he was running to the near side.
Here's a look at the Husky defense brought to you by Smart Wireless. Up front, Jabari Issa, Suki Wiggs, and Mac Tuiea. The linebackers, Chorak, Hairston, Towns, and Jerry Jensen. And in the backfield, Burton, Parrish, Smith, and Miller. They will be busy all day long. Back to the original line of scrimmage at the 20. It is second down and 10 for the Cougars. Ryan Leaf checking off the line of scrimmage. Michael Black is now in the backfield to throw. Far sideline, and it's overthrown, intended for Chris Jackson. Down around the the Washington State 43-yard line.
He checked off on that play, looking for a nice little post pattern down there, or a streak route on the far side.
Like Michael Black might have got away with rocking out of his stance a little early. I was looking for another flag to be thrown. The Cougars have done a better job avoiding penalties of late. They started off struggling in that category early in the year.
Well, when you have one back there that has responsibility to block blitzers, I don't blame him for leaving a little early.
Cougars have been very good on third down conversions this year.
It is third down and 10. Leaf drops back in the pocket. Over to the near side. Incomplete, but a flag is thrown. Pass interference on Mel Miller on the coverage. The flag was thrown at the Washington State 35-yard line.
Looked like he may have gotten his right hand on his back, give him a little shove. It didn't look like the pass was going to be caught anyway.
Before the ball was thrown, holding on the defense. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
So it's holding instead and not the pass interference. That hurts the Huskies. A first down for Washington State. He wasn't going to catch that
because
ball.
It looked like he ran through him.
Huskies do need to get a little pressure on Ryan Leaf today. You see him coming, but you got to get there quick because he unloads in a hurry.
Stands tall back in the pocket. 6'6". He can throw the football a long way. He's a load, isn't he, Sonny?
Yes, he is.
First and 10. Handoff. Black. Flag is thrown. Near side. Michael. The play will be stopped. A flag was thrown back around the Washington State 25-yard line.
Little anxiety for Washington State. This is the biggest game they've played in a long, long time, and it's showing a bit on offense.
False start, offense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Well, these games have a habit of doing that to everybody, and they'll settle down on both sides of the ball as the game wears on here in the first quarter.
Little pregame jitters. Head coach Mike Price bring his Cougars into town. Kevin McKenzie is back in the ball game for Washington State. It is first and 15. Michael Black up the middle, down to the 30-yard line. So back to the original line of scrimmage. He carries for 5. Marcus Hairston and Suki Wiggs on the tackle for the Huskies.
That's one thing the Huskies have to do. The Cougars will spread that field, get themselves in a situation where Michael Black can bust it up the middle. And if you're not watching for him, bud, he's had some big runs this year.
Michael Black was banged up a little bit, got hit hard in the Arizona State game, ended up with a little quad contusion. Hadn't been himself until last week at Stanford, and he has the ability to take something and hit the hole very quickly, and that's something the Dogs will have to be very aware of.
Second down and 10 for the Cougars. In motion to the near side comes Sean McWashington, the kid out of O'Day High School. Incomplete, or it's popped in the air and gets away from McWashington. Incomplete pass at the 35-yard line. He had it, but he couldn't hang on. It was a big hit. Intended for McWashington.
Kevin McKenzie got his hands on that ball and then really got laid out here.
Boom.
Two guys sandwich him. Lester Towns and looked like J.D. Smith out there. Pretty good hit right there, and almost a miraculous catch.
Shades of Nebraska. Chris Jackson almost making that catch.
Now it is third down and 10 for Washington State. Lester Towns will be all over the place. In motion to the far side goes McKenzie. Leaf looking. And it's going to be complete to Jackson, but not enough for the first down. He's taken down right away by Ray Butler at the Washington State 36-yard line. So the Cougars will have to punt it away.
Pretty good start for the Husky defense, guys. I know that the Cougars had some two problems there. Penalties, you can't afford to have those early on in the ball game, but pretty good defensive hits by the Huskies.
Jerome Pathon, the deep man for Washington. The kick by Jeff Banks, the best punter in the Pac-10 Conference. Pathon takes it, cuts to the upfield, across the 25 and down to the 28-yard line. Jerome Pathon playing in his final game as a senior. What a year it has been for Jerome Pathon, and how about this kid, Brock Huard?
Well, Brock Huard, you know, he's been banged up with the Nebraska ankle, and against UCLA, he fought courageously in that ball game. We'll see this week how he's going to respond and whether he can plant on that foot and throw the ball. So far, nearly 2,000 yards passing and almost 62% completion mark.
Brock Huard out of Puyallup. First possession for the Huskies in the ball game. No score. Huskies with the ball at their own 28-yard line. And somebody jumps off sides for Washington State. Penalty flag is thrown at the line of scrimmage. Jerome Pathon was all the way down to the Washington State 20-yard line. Huard put it up for him, said, go get it. But a flag was thrown on the play.
The Husky coaches would like to see a few of those plays.
Offsides, contact by the defense, 5-yard penalty.
Looked like Gary Holmes jumped off sides, either Holmes or Boos.
It's been a problem for Washington State all year as we take a look at the Husky offense.
Brought to you by Smart Wireless. Coates, Olson, Kreutz, Ward, and Dalen along that offensive front line. Shaw, Conniff, Brigham the tight end, Pathon and Colton go catch the ball thrown by Brock Huard. It'll be first down and 5 for the Huskies at their 34-yard line. On first down. Brock Huard directed a little traffic in the backfield with Maurice Shaw, and it's going to be Shaw to the near side, and he's going to be tripped up across the 35 down to the 37-yard line. The defense for the Cougars of Washington State. Here's how they line up. This lineup brought to you by Smart Wireless as well. Dorian Boos, Gary Holmes, Leon Bender, Shane Doyle along that defensive front four. More Nelson Gleason in the backfield. Steve Gleason with 85 tackles. More Cola, Holloman, Thompson, and Ray Jackson.
A couple of young safeties for the Cougars.
Lamont Thompson, his third consecutive start. It is second down and 2 for the Huskies at their 37. Shaw on the reverse. Pathon to the near side. He's out of bounds across the 40. First down for the Huskies.
If Brock Huard gets that block on that reverse, he could have had more yardage downfield, at least another 10 yards. Pretty little razzle-dazzle. I know Coach Price for the Cougars knew the Huskies were going to try some different plays, and they really haven't done the reverse very much this year at all.
Sorry, that was Freddie Coleman on the reverse, and not Pathon. Freddie Coleman coming back the other way.
Watch this block to be by Brock Huard. Well, he'd already missed it by then.
First down for the Huskies at their 42-yard line. Fred Coleman, his final game as a Husky here at Husky Stadium. Caught Jawarren Hooker out toward midfield. A gain of about 7. Freshman out of Ellensburg, taken down by Lamont Thompson.
Another
free safety.
Another freshman. Freshman versus freshman. I tell you, Jawarren Hooker hurt his leg a little bit in that UCLA ball game, making a touchdown grab. Here it's not a bad choice. Get the ball to him as quickly as you can. He's got the speed to burn, but I'll tell you, they got to watch him.
6 times he had touched the ball coming into the game, 4 times for touchdowns. So his ratio just went down.
He's fun to watch. This kid can fly. Jawarren Hooker out of Ellensburg. It was a gain of 7, so it's second down and 3, and a first down for the Huskies.
This is one thing they need to do today is run the football, control the line of scrimmage. And sometimes in the past they've gotten away from the running attack a little too soon. They need to make sure Maurice Shaw can get some yardage.
It's been tough for the Huskies to run the football, Sonny, over the last 3 weeks. Maurice Shaw with 456 yards rushing for the year, replacing the injured Rashawn Sheehy over the last 3 weeks.
It's tough to replace that speed, guys. I tell you, Rashawn Sheehy, too bad. He's a senior. Husky coaches would like to have had him for this ball game.
First down for the Huskies at the Washington State 46-yard line. Shaw again. He's got the room over the middle. Down to the Washington State 32-yard line. Maurice Shaw breaks through before Steve Gleason can make the tackle.
Hey, Bud, watch your head on that thing. But I'll tell you what. Right here, you look at the Washington State defense. The Huskies also are spreading their defense out for WSU, allowing the inside play, much like Michael Black can take advantage of against the Huskies. Maurice Shaw on this play.
Just what I was going to say, the Huskies actually couged it on that play because they spread it out with 4 wide receivers and then created the nice seam for Shaw.
Maurice Shaw with a couple of nice carries early in the ball game. 3 receivers out to the right side, and Cougars are in the backfield. They jumped the gun, flags all over the place.
For the snap, offsides on the defense, 5-yard penalty for first down.
Offsides, Washington State. That'll bring the ball down to the Washington State 27-yard line or 26-yard line.
Penalties have hurt the Cougars early, and they've all been the anxious type, Sonny.
Well, you look at Coach Price's face there. You can tell he's not real pleased.
Head coach Mike Price still looking for his first win on the road in the month of November. It has been a great year for Washington State. 9-1 for the season. Shaw one more time. This time he gets out to about the Washington State 25-yard line. A gain of 2 yards on the carry. Steve Gleason again on the tackle. Little guy, he's only 5'11", bud. 215 pounds, a sophomore. Also a very good baseball player for the Washington State baseball team. This guy does a great job defensively.
Very good student as well. He's a guy who had a chance to go to Stanford when Bill Walsh was there. Walsh was gone. Tyrone Willingham stepped in, said, nope, you're too small. You don't have a big enough heart. I think he's kind of proved Stanford wrong.
He definitely has that. In motion to the far side goes Shaw out of the backfield. Heward rolling to his left. Looking downfield. Short pass in and out of the hands of Fred Coleman at the Cougar 21-yard line. He had it, Sonny, but as he tried to turn upfield, lost it.
It's a little tough to come back like that and have the ball thrown a little bit behind you. You can't adjust enough, but on that play, you see Freddie last week with 10 receptions, 140 yards. Brocker, watch where the ball, it's kind of a knuckleball. He was heading to the sideline, having to turn all the way around. It's a tough grab.
Big play here. The Huskies have not done a great job on 3rd downs this year, just 33%, and they're not necessarily in good field goal range yet.
3rd down and 4 for Washington. No score, 9:38 to go in the first quarter. Heward over the middle. Complete Pathon. He's got the first down at the Washington State 17. Very reliable. The sure hands of number 24, Jerome Pathon.
I tell you, all the coaches that coach Little League should have them watch Jerome Pathon. He does it right by the textbook. He catches the ball in his hands. Now watch this, though. There's a blitz coming on Brock Heward right up the middle. Brandon Moore, but he's able to get rid of the ball behind him. But I tell you, Jerome Pathon's been making those kind of grabs all year.
Beautiful catch.
Jerome Pathon averaging almost 120 yards receiving a game this season. 1st and 10 for the Huskies. Heward hands it off to Shaw. Left side, not a lot of room, but he gets across the 15. Bowls his way down across the 10. Holy smoke, you talk about determination. He carried a couple of Cougars on his back and still gained about 4 extra yards. Brandon Moore finally with a tackle. But a flag on the play at the 15.
Cougars are offside. Gary Holmes, the guilty party, he'll come to the sideline. And the Cougars, I don't know if they're just over anxious.
5-yard penalty, repeat first down.
Or if Brock Heward is just taking the cadence up on him and they're jumping because of that.
Brock is very good at doing that, Bud. But, you know, Coach Price coming in the ball game said, well, we're not going to try and get too high for this ball game. We're going to go in, keep our emotions low. But I tell you what, you can say all you want during the week. Game day, players take it to the other level.
What a run by Maurice Shaw with a couple of Cougars on his back. 1st down, 5 to go for another 1st down for the Huskies at the 12. The handoff to Mike Reed, and Reed gets across the 10 down to the 9. Mike Reed into the ball game for the first time. Picks up about 2 yards on the carry. Lamont Thompson and Brandon Moore with a tackle for the Cougars.
Well, I tell you, the 2 outside backers for the Cougars do make a lot of tackles. Mike Reed, another senior from Tacoma, hasn't really been utilized as much as everyone had hoped this year out of that H-back position catching passes, but it's nice to see him running the football.
It is 2nd down and 3. Inside the 10-yard line. 43 chances inside the red zone. 27 TDs for the Huskies. They convert about 81% of the time. And down to the 8-yard line goes Maurice Shaw. Gain of only a yard before Leon Bender makes the tackle. Sonny, looks like the Huskies are trying to establish the run a little bit here in the first quarter.
Well, I think you have to against Washington State. And the other thing is you don't want to leave a lot of time on the clock. So if you can have some short completions and ball control, that's less time that the WSU offense is on the field.
What's the tendency here? Try to run it for the first down or throw it into the end zone for the 6?
I believe they're going to try and run the ball.
3rd down and 2.
Look at their fullback, guys. It's Brad Hutt.
Brad Hutt in front of Shaw. Hutt trying to pave the way. It's going to be very close, but he may be short. Trying to go over the left side of the line. Gain of about a yard, if that. Steve Gleason again on the tackle for the Cougars. How about this decision? 4th and 1. 7 minutes to go in the first quarter.
They're going to go for it. Mike Price has seen his defense in this situation. The first game of the year against UCLA, and the Cougars held.
Well, they've got those big boys up front, which is really kind of the strength of that defense, and 2 very active linebackers at the corner.
Jim Lambright says, I'm going to go for it. 4th down and 1. Motion near side. Shaw. Heward keeps it himself. And he's got him on the 6-yard line. He's got the first down.
It almost looked like his foot slipped as he's pushing off to gain the first down, and he's very lucky he was able to get that little surge to make it.
Trying to push off on that first step, and it started to break out from underneath him.
Well, this turf is a little slippery.
Slippery, right. So a big play turned in by the Huskies. It was 4th and 1, and now they have the 1st and goal at the Washington State 6-yard line. And Brad Hutt was in there at fullback to try to plow some room on the previous play. This is the 13th play of this drive for Washington. Flag is thrown. Maurice Shaw crossed the 5, but a flag was thrown at the 5-yard line. Todd Nelson on the tackle for Washington State. No scores. 6:12 to go here in the first quarter. And it looks like it's going to be offsides against the Cougars.
It's the 4th offside penalty on this drive for the Huskies. And if you're going to win a game like this and get to the Rose Bowl, you got to quit doing that.
Yeah, it doesn't pay to help the other team, especially on the road.
Can't afford to make any mistakes. That man knows that more than anybody. Last week, Cougars coming off the 38-28 win over Stanford. Washington State 9-1 overall, 6-1 in the Pac-10. It is 1st and goal at the 3-yard line. Maurice Shaw in the backfield. Heward to Shaw. Shaw right side. He gets down to about the 1-yard line. Todd Nelson, Brandon Moore on the tackle for the Cougars. And the Huskies keep plowing away on the ground.
Very methodical right now, but WSU also pretty stingy down here, and they're not going to let him get in easy right there. Todd Nelson with a big hit. Good tackle by the middle linebacker, the senior also for the Cougars.
Huskies have had the ball 7.5 minutes on this drive now. 12 plays and then 4 offside added to that.
It is 2nd and goal for the Huskies at the 1-yard line. Maurice Shaw. No, Heward keeps. Now the pass incomplete in the end zone. Somebody got a hand on it, and a flag is thrown. Heward rolling to his left, the fake to Shaw.
It could have been holding on Davis right there, number 5 by the Cougars. As you see Brock come out, nobody's there. No, I think he pointed the wrong direction.
It's going to be a big penalty
right
against
there.
The Dogs. It's going to move it back to the 15-yard line.
Well, you can see right there that Davis had his jersey almost pulled off him. But they did call it on the UW.
5:09 to go here in the first quarter.
Offense, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Repeat, first down.
Actually, second down.
Second down and 15. For the Huskies, the ball is put back at the Washington State 15-yard line.
Pat Flood had a little Apple Cup jitter there. Yeah. He thought it was still first down, but this obviously creates a passing situation, and the Cougars secondary will be put to the test.
Second penalty for the Huskies. The Cougars have been penalized already 6 times here in the first quarter. Brock Huard on second down and long. Motion near side is Reed. Huard over the middle. Open. Touchdown, Washington. Jerome Pathon. Jerome Pathon with the catch about the one, and he slides into the end zone, and the Huskies take a 6-0 lead.
Well, in this situation, Brock Huard does look to Jerome Pathon. You see him break in the middle, wide open. You spread him out like that, no safety in the area. But again, Rick, he had to turn around and make the grab off his shoulder.
Great catch by Pathon. You're right, that ball a little bit behind him. He was able to make the grab, and now Nick Lentz will try the extra point. The kick is up, and it is good. And the Huskies have a 7-0 lead with 5:02 to go here in the first quarter of play. We'll be back here at Husky Stadium. It's the Huskies 7, the Cougars nothing. Back with more right after this timeout.
50 years ago, the great American race began.
Richard Petty goes back in front. They both spin. They're in the wall. Petty is sliding. Dale hits him. And there's a fight. Dale Earnhardt is the champion of the Daytona 500.
The 2008 Sprint Cup begins with the 50th running of the Daytona 500 this February only on Fox.
The best damn sports show, period. Weeknights on FSN.
Brick by brick, stone by stone, we built a place to call our own. Gonna fill it up with laughter, ride my happy ever after. 'Cause for the first time in my life, I'm holding the key to a brand new life waiting on me. That's what makes a house a home.
Across the country and around the world, thousands of Habitat homeowners and millions of volunteers know the joy and pride of seeing a house become a home. A brighter future, one family at a time. Support Habitat's work in your community. Volunteer, get involved, and help build it. Visit Habitat.org.
That's what makes a house a home.
4 minutes left to play in the first quarter. The Huskies leading the Cougars by a score of 7-0. Here's a flashback in Apple Cup history, 1992, but the snow game in Pullman.
Well, this game has come to be known as whenever there's snow, that's good news for the Cougars. Look at the time Drew Bledsoe has. Throws it deep. Philip Bobo and C.J. Davis there. Bobo makes the catch, and the Cougars celebrate in the snow.
Slides right into that snowbank. The Cougars win that ball game 42-23, and the great tradition of quarterbacks continues at Washington State with that kid, Ryan Leaf.
Ryan Leaf talking with his receivers, the Fab Five. There you see Leaf with one more touchdown pass. Will break the Pac-10 single season record. But first, the Cougar defense has to see what it can do against the Huskies and try to stay a little more disciplined on this drive.
First down for the Huskies at their own 25-yard line. Huard to now play action, pass downfield, intended for Jawan Hooker, and it's going to be picked off at the Washington State 25-yard line.
DeMoran Cola with the diving interception for Washington State.
What a catch by Morin-Cola. His second interception of the season.
Well, there's one thing that can happen when you have a freshman receiver out there. Brock Huard expected him to be in a certain location, and I don't know why he stopped running. He must have thought the play was over or something, but DeMoran Cola stayed with it and made the interception.
Line catch by DeMoran Cola. And the Cougars get the football back right away at their own 27-yard line. What a play by Morincola Jr. out of Richmond, California.
Young man who hasn't seen a lot of passes thrown in his direction because people early in the year were picking on Lawan Gibbons, which eventually led to that change, moving Ray Jackson to the corner. Washington State loves to go for a quick strike after a turnover. This location of the field, I'm not sure they will. I think Mike Price will just try to sustain something here.
Michael Black in the backfield. Black tackled for a loss. Jason Chorak is right there. What a play defensively by Chorak, a tackle for a loss.
Boy, he blew right by Love Jefferson, the tight end for the Cougars. UW's all-time leader, tackles for loss, Jason Chorak.
He had 17 for this season.
13 yards to go.
3 times in a row the Cougars have tried to run on first down. They had a 5-yard gain the first time. Last 2 times they've been thrown for a loss.
4 receivers set for Washington State. Snap back to Leap. Quick handoff. Black over the middle, and Michael takes it all the way out to his 35-yard line. About 2 yards shy of the first down. Tony Parrish with a tackle. Quick handoff to Michael Black, who needed only 13 yards to get to 1,000 for the season.
Well, you see his explosiveness right here. He doesn't hesitate, but he gets right up into that big hole.
But he's quite a story, isn't
Pretty
he?
good hit there
story
by Tony Parrish. Michael Black, a lot of problems growing up, and moving to Pullman really helped him.
On third down, Black again, and he dives for the first down, or very close to it, depending on the spot. Out to the Washington State 37-yard line. They've got the first down. Goes to the football close to the 38. Michael Black, the big carry and the big first down for the Cougars.
A couple of Cougar fans here saluting that first down. See if that gets this offense untracked.
Well, what it does, Bud, is it settles everything down. You have a little success running the football. It also can settle your quarterback down and let him be a little more comfortable back there.
Might make play action more effective, but that's a moot point as the Cougars go to the 4 wide receiver set and empty backfield.
3 on the far side. Leap in trouble. Passes off to Jefferson, his tight end. Love with a tackler around his ankles. And he falls out to the 42-yard line. Taken down by Jason Chorak.
I tell you, there's a great battle going on down there with Jason Chorak and Corey Withrow, number 71 for the Cougars. Good pressure. Mac Tuyaya, who's just about as big as Ryan Leaf, or Ryan Leaf's just about as big as he is. Good job finding Love Jefferson. But this is something the Huskies need to do all day, and eventually that will wear on your quarterback.
Second down and 6 for the Cougars at their 42. Michael Black taken down by Lester Towns. Lester Towns with an incredible play defensively. And he takes Michael Black down around the 35-yard line.
WSU is having a lot of problems running to their left side of their offense. You see right here that the little guard's trying to pull around there, but Lester Towns is already in position to make the tackle.
Michael Black trying to turn the corner, and he meets Lester Towns right away.
Hey, Bud, do they like to run one way or the other? I mean, they're not having a lot of success running.
They mixed it up. What will perhaps be a little more effective is if they try to run counter.
It is third down and 9. Washington State 1 for 3 on third down so far in the afternoon. Leap to put it up over the middle. It is going to be complete down to the 50-yard line, and flags are thrown all over the place. A face mask.
That time they did a good job of picking up the blitz and gave Leaf just enough time to find the hot receiver.
Love Jefferson on the reception for Washington State.
Well, he's found the tight end a few times today, and I know in Apple Cup's past, the Cougars have always done a good job of getting their tight end into the offense.
And the Cougars have another weapon at tight end that they didn't count on this year, and that's John Kincaid.
2 penalties on the play. Defensive holding before the pass was thrown. That penalty is declined. Towards the end of the play, we had a 5-yard face mask on the defense. 5 yards from the end of the run. First down.
So it's first down for the Cougars inside Washington territory. They put the ball back to the 45-yard line. There's the face mask. Jermaine Smith on the tackle, grabbing the face mask of tight end Love Jefferson and spins him around to the turf.
Love Jefferson, one of those refugees from the UOP football program, has turned out to be a very steady tight end for the Cougars.
Jackson and McKenzie wide to the far side. Leaf to Black, and Black is hit right away by Lester Towns. That's a loss of about a yard. Lester Towns getting in very quickly.
Lester Towns obviously keying on Michael Black, number 5, has been in his face on almost every carry. We'll get a good look right here with the deep handoff from Ryan Leaf, just stepping up in the hole, trying to go for the football like most good linebackers these days do.
But you think Michael Black is going back to the huddle and say, hey, I've been seeing too much of number 17. Way too much of number 17 lately.
Well, they're thinking about Jason Chorak too much.
Second down and 11. The pressure on Leaf. Pass to the near side. It's going to be complete down around the 44-yard line. Kevin McKenzie on the catch. Nice catch by McKenzie, but he's wrestled to the ground by Nigel Burton.
Great play by Nigel Burton. What this Cougar offense is predicated on is getting the ball to the receivers, letting them break it afterwards, and Burton did a nice job of avoiding that big play.
And time runs out here in the first quarter. That is the end of the first quarter of play this afternoon from Husky Stadium. The 1997 Apple Cup. The Huskies are on the board. Our score going to the second quarter. It's the Huskies 7 and the Cougars nothing.
Sunday Night Hoops snaps into focus. First, high-flying Virginia Tech takes on ACC rival Wake Forest. Then, Cincinnati travels down Tobacco Road to battle
Union between the Huskies and the Cougars. Huskies lead 7-0. A first quarter score and a 15-yard touchdown pass from Brock Heward to Jerome Pathon. The Cougars with the football at the start of the second quarter. Rick Riz along with Sonny Sixkiller and Bud Namath for this classic battle between these two in-state rivals. Leap to throw. Wide open. Kevin McKenzie down around the Washington 19-yard line. Make that Sean Timms. Sean Timms with the catch.
Boy, most of the passes of the Cougars this year, I'm sure, Bud, you can tell us also, but the slot back has always come up with a lot of the catches. I think coming in the ballgame, they had 76 of the receptions. Sprinting on the inside, breaking to the vacated area on the outside, and really it looked like a safety needed to get over there for a little help.
Three receivers wide to the far sideline, but the handoff up the middle.
DeJuan Gilmore, the ball carrier.
DeJuan Gilmore, the sophomore out of Gardenia, California. Lester Towns with a tackle. So Gilmore into the ball game, replacing Michael Black for a play.
This second quarter has been huge for Washington State. They've scored 148 points in the second quarter, giving up just 51.
A gain of only a yard. It is second down and 9 for the Cougars at the Washington 18-yard line.
Black back in the backfield.
Leaf drops back in the pocket over the middle. Complete to Timms one more time. Down to the 11-yard line. Sean Timms with the catch.
Again, the slot back position, coverage by Jerry Jensen. One thing we talked about in the pregame, that he didn't really look forward to being in coverage, Bud, but there he is on Sean Timms.
Sometimes it's just a matter of numbers with so many guys going out to try to catch a pass, and Jensen lines up with a receiver. Jerry Jensen with a flying tackle to bring down Sean Timms.
We saw the Huskies go with the quarterback sneak in this situation with the size of Ryan Leaf. Don't be surprised if you see it here.
Third down and a yard. But the handoff to Michael Black, and he goes over the left side for the first down. Jabari Issa with a tackle for the Huskies. So a first and goal for the Cougars down to the Husky 8-yard line. So the Cougars starting to knock on the door. 13:29 to go in the first half.
Michael Black over 1,000 yards this year, just under 1,000 a year ago.
We talked briefly about Michael Black and the great personal success story of Black turning his life around after spending 20 months in jail. Great job by Michael Black to get his life turned around, and now having a very successful collegiate career that winds down this season. Leap to throw. Gets out of the pocket, has plenty of time. Far sideline, incomplete.
Well, I thought he was going to try to run that one.
I don't know why he didn't. I don't know why he didn't, Bud. He had a lot of time. As big as he is, it looked like he had a blocker ahead of him also.
A little easier to see up here.
Boy, isn't it? But, you know, God, he's 6'6". You ought to be able to see that down there.
Looked like he had Black and McWashington in the end zone, looking for them on the far side.
Good job of blocking, though, by that offensive line of Washington State.
Second and goal at the 8-yard line.
Huskies a little confused personnel-wise. They tried to make a change and couldn't.
Lead checking over the Husky defense. On the handoff, Michael Black right over the middle. Touchdown, Cougars. Washington State getting on the board. Michael Black with a lot of room right up the middle. It is 7-6. The Huskies with a lead. But Ryan Lindell will come in to try to kick the extra point.
Good job of blocking up front from Washington State that time. You see the block in the middle on Lester Towns. The key to the gain right here and a touchdown. Right there, all you got to do is occupy the middle linebacker, and that's all it took.
The extra point by Ryan Lindell is up, and it is good, and we've got a tie game with 12:53 to go here in the first half. Our score, the Huskies 7 and the Cougars 7. What a ball game.
This Christmas, Fox Movie Channel presents Miracle on 34th Street.
That's a good one.
An all-day movie event for the whole family.
Is that so?
Yes. Join us as we watch both versions of this classic tale back to back. On a personal note, remember to leave out some milk and cookies the night before.
He is Santa Claus. Santa Claus. Santa Claus.
Miracle on 34th Street all Christmas Day, only on Fox Movie Channel.
The best damn sports show, period. Weeknights on FSN.
This is why you watch Racing on Speed.
Look at these two side by side. This is what the fans came to see. The crowd goes crazy. Oh, contact. Now he's got the toe. Moves to the inside. There it is. They're side by side as they come out of turn number 4. Great racing up front now. Still anybody's race. He wants the lead. He gets the lead. What an amazing race. How about that? Really turning up the heat. This is sensational stuff. Yeah.
Every weekend, only one network delivers the racing action you demand.
Now you can enjoy the ultimate freestyle motocross cocktail. Fuel TV's Moto Mix is all moto shows, moto movies, and spicy special events blended to perfection. Check out Fuel TV's Moto Mix, Wednesday nights on Fuel TV.
In this hand, how to make your kids more likely to get involved with drugs. In this one, how you can help them stay away from drugs.
It is a 7-7 tie, all even with 12:53 to go here in the second quarter of play. And this reminder, tune in Monday through Friday nights at 7 for Fox Sports Northwest Tonight. News and highlights from the Northwest High School, collegiate, and professional sports scene. Weeknights at 7, only on Fox Sports Northwest. Guys, I know you watch this show all week long.
You bet. Gotta watch, see if I can see Sonny on there.
You know, I look for Rick Riz. That's what I look for.
Might hear me once in a while. That's Fox Sports Northwest, Monday through Friday at 7. What a ball game. Jerome Pathon is back deep in this one. Into the end zone, and Jerome will stay there. The Huskies will have it. First down at their own 20-yard line. Long kick into the end zone by Ryan Lindell.
That touchdown drive by the Cougars, 6 minutes and 5 seconds. Their longest touchdown, 6 minutes and 3 seconds officially. Their longest drive of the year. Most of the Cougar drives average about 70 to 80 yards in about a minute 50 to 2 minutes.
Very quickly.
Well, fellas, this ball game unfolding the way that you expected here in the first half of play?
Well, I think it's gotten down now that we saw the offenses both utilize the run to set them up in their drives. Career TD passes. See Brock Heward closing in on the number 1. I believe he has a good shot of overtaking that 35 there, Rick.
Set by Sonny Sixkiller over the right side. Maurice Shaw, he picks up about 3 yards on the carry.
You know, we were talking about the Huskies last series, Rick, you know, where they came out, they had run the football in their first series, throwing some short passes for some real completions, but and then they throw the long ball again, and they've been doing that quite a bit this year.
And turned it over. The interception. Here's a look at that last play. Tony Coates on that offensive line, opening up some room for Maurice Shaw.
He and Dorian Booth going at it down there.
A couple of big fellas.
It is 2nd down and 6. Heward in trouble, and he's taken down at his own 16-yard line. He was looking left, looking over the middle. Everyone was covered. And Gary Holmes comes in for the sack for the Cougars.
Sonny, as a former quarterback, I know you're going to say that was a coverage sack.
Well, actually, it looked like what he was trying to do was go down the middle to Jerome Pathon, who was covered. The young safeties for Washington State had it snuffed out for him, and he had nowhere to go. And a good pass rush right there by Gary Holmes.
Gary Holmes, 6'7", 316-pound junior out of Lacey, Washington. 2nd sack of the year.
Been bothered by having back surgery in the offseason and really has struggled coming back from it.
3rd down and 12. Heward puts it up top, deep downfield, intended for Freddie Coleman, and is going to be intercepted. The interception by Ray Jackson, and the Cougars have the football.
Again, the Huskies keep wanting to go for the home run ball. Sometimes you just got to settle for a 10, 15-yard pickup. Right here, Rick, you know he's going deep. There's no question about it. Nobody's open underneath. And again, the ball gets away from him a little bit. I'm not sure if he was trying to throw it away or if Fred Coleman and him weren't on the same page, but
yeah, it's odd. We've seen the Huskies throw deep with such great success all year long, and 2 passes horribly overthrown with only Cougars having a chance at the catch.
2 turnovers for the Huskies on the 2 interceptions. Warren Cola with 1, and now the other by Ray Jackson. The Cougars with the ball at their own 30, across the middle, complete to McKenzie. Leap to McKenzie, and the Cougars are out to their 46-yard line. And that was a low bullet hauled in by Kevin McKenzie.
It was actually Tim's again. I have had problems all year long with that 8 and 9. It's tough from up here, Rick.
I'm sorry.
Well, they're very similar in stature as well. But again, you see the slot back. The open area is right in the middle where you have the linebackers have to watch for the run, and the safeties are playing up with all those receivers.
Nice catch by Sean Timms on 1st down. Gilmore can't find any room. DeJuan Gilmore into the ball game for Michael Black, tackled by Lester Towns. So a loss of 2 yards on the carry. 2nd down and 12 for the Cougars at their own 44-yard line.
Well, you think about, looks like he wrenched his knee or his ankle there.
Turf toe problem. Had a long run, 59 yards against Arizona State, and injured it on that, and later on a touchdown run, and he's been hampered by that. Looks like he might be done for the day.
Jackson and Timms wide to the far side. 3 receivers on the near side. Leaf to McWashington. He's hit right away. About the line of scrimmage right there was Jerry Jensen on the coverage.
You can see Jerry Jensen eyeballing McWashington on that whole play. Very simple. They run the guys off and they bring 1 guy underneath, and Jerry Jensen right in position to see it.
That play didn't work for any yardage there, but it creates a little trouble the next time the Cougars come in that formation, and perhaps opens up that pass over the middle that they've been successful with.
Jerry Jensen, the senior linebacker, his final game here at Husky Stadium. 3rd down and 13. Lee up top near side. Caught by Jackson. 1st down, and he's still on his feet. The 10-5 touchdown Washington State. Holy smoke, Chris Jackson made the catch around the 20. He got away from 2 tacklers. Staying on his feet up the sideline. Touchdown Cougars. They take the lead 13-7. What a play by Chris Jackson.
That's what that young man has done all year long. Turned the short pass into the big play, and he puts Ryan Leaf's name in the Pac-10 record book with his 32nd touchdown pass of the year.
Well, 2 things on this. Other teams have gone against Teray Butler, number 10, all season. But you look at this young man, Chris Jackson. He's 6'2", 200 pounds, and you can see how he could break a few tackles.
The kick by Ryan Lindell is good. And the Cougars have a 14-7 lead. So Washington State with a quick strike. 9:24 to go here in the first half. Our score, the Cougars 14 and the Huskies 7.
Fox
Fox College Sports has the recipe for the ultimate college reunion. Start with over 500 live college basketball games. Add conferences like the Pac-10, ACC, and more. Toss in news from around the NCAA. And garnish with the hottest coaches shows. This is the place where college basketball never ends. For more info on Fox College Sports, log on to foxcollegesports.com. The most unpredictable college football season in history reaches its climax. The Tigers have risen from the ashes and are ready to claim their second BCS championship. But the Buckeyes are out to avenge last year's title game loss and prove they're the true number one. LSU, Ohio State, the All-State BCS National Championship game this January only on Fox.
Look at these two side by side. This is what the fans came to see. Crowd goes crazy. Oh, contact. He wants the lead. He gets the lead.
What an amazing race. Every weekend, only one network delivers the racing action you demand.
In Argentina, fans live and breathe soccer every single day. Sundays on FSC, that undying passion for the sport erupts. It's been said to be more than life itself. Argentine soccer lives on FSC.
Cougars lead it 14-7 with just over 5 minutes to go here in the first half of play. Rick Riz along with Sonny Sixkiller and Bud Naiman from a sold-out Husky Stadium. Huskies started this drive on their own 28. 9 plays later, they have gone 50 yards. In motion is the H-back, Mike Reed. Heward. The pass is up over the middle. No one is there except the Cougar defensive back. It is intercepted. Washington State with the ball. A flag is thrown and out of bounds at the 25-yard line. The Cougars will have the football. Lamont Thompson with the interception. Sonny and Bud, I don't know if that ball was deflected as he threw it, but that ball was just a wounded duck.
He's holding his arm. Somebody hit his arm on the follow-through. And Sonny, it doesn't feel good when the ball doesn't go through. Watch this here.
Looked like he hit it on the helmet. I couldn't quite pick the number out, but I'll tell you one thing. Lamont Thompson was in position.
Block in the back on the return. Be half a distance. 1st and 10, Washington State.
So an illegal block on the return by the Cougars. Another interception. Lamont Thompson with the interception. Ray Jackson has one. D. Morin-Cola has the other.
I thought his arm had been hit, but watching that replay, it almost looked like that ball came off before his arm hit anything, and he's holding his elbow. I wonder if Brock Heward is okay.
First down, 10 yards to go.
Holding that arm. As over. First down at their own 9-yard line after to their 9. 3 receivers to the near side. One to Black over the middle. Trying to give the Cougars a little breathing room. He gets the ball out to about the 13-yard line before he's tackled by Jerry Jensen, Husky linebacker.
Washington State has turned the earlier 2 turnovers into touchdowns. We'll go here, 4.5 minutes in the half.
Across the Cougar 13.
Huskies have to toughen up down here. 3 turnovers are tough. We talked about those penalties being tough. The turnovers are worse.
In motion goes Black, the running back. On 2nd down, Leaf. Side. He's got a man open. That is Black. And he makes the catch at the 22-yard line. A first down on Washington State.
Interesting formation that time, Sonny, as the Cougars went with 2 tight ends and then emptied the backfield out.
Tony Parrish with a tackle. Ryan Leaf finding the open man out of the backfield.
Well, that's what you want to do, is create different looks for the defense. Good job. No pressure, absolutely, on Ryan Leaf. He's got all the time to deliver the football. Pretty good tackle, but a little bit too late.
Ryan Leaf with so many weapons, so many men to go to. Even that guy out of the backfield, Mr. Black.
Here's that 2 tight end set I was talking about, utilizing a healthy John Kincaid.
And off to Black.
And Kincaid throws a great block.
Across the 35 down to the 37-yard line. Michael Black looking for room, found it, found the hole, and he burst through for another first down for the Cougars.
Tony Parrish
You're right, but that was an excellent block up front. Coming into the ball game, you had Kincaid and Jefferson. Nice pull here by Jason McAdoo as well. You don't want to give Michael Black, if you're a Husky defender, that much room to roam around and create some good positive things for the other team.
Black with 43 yards and a touchdown this afternoon. Leaf with some time, far side, caught by Timms. He's out of bounds with a first down for the Cougars at their own 48-yard line. Sean Timms with another fine catch. Nigel Burton.
11-yard gain, but boy, was that ball thrown a long way and zipped.
Very powerful throw that time. And again, we're looking at the slot back. Watch it right here, Nigel Burton. The outside receiver clears the area, and he just takes like a 5-yard drop right there and breaks to the outside, and very nice throw.
First and 10 for the Cougars. He's already thrown for over 150 yards on the afternoon. Ryan Leaf will put it up again. Over the middle, complete to McKenzie. Another first down for the Cougars. Down into Washington territory at the Husky 38-yard line before Tony Parrish comes in to make the tackle.
Again, even you, Rick, could complete this pass with all this time.
I don't know, Sonny.
Ryan Leaf all day to throw the football. McKenzie just settling down that little zone pocket, wide open.
Seems like Buddy just has so many choices.
It's
as
very
they
difficult.
run in those receivers to give him a breather along the way.
As Sonny said, you cannot give him that much time.
First and 10 for the Cougars. At the Husky 37-yard line, Leaf back to throw. Over the middle. It is going to be incomplete. Intended for Taylor. Nyan Taylor, the intended receiver. It looked like Teray Butler may have got that hand in there to break up the catch by Taylor.
You see Ryan Leaf, though, he looked all over. He was either looking off the safety on that play, but a good job by Teray Butler. You saw the quarterback's eyes. The offensive line, though, they're doing a job for Ryan Leaf. You got to give them a few presents coming up here because they're doing a great job.
Second down and 10 for the Cougars.
Cougars trying to get to know Jason Chorak.
Well, they know him. 11 for the last 13 pass attempts for Ryan Leaf.
Shotgun back to Leaf. Time to throw. Over the middle, complete at the 15-yard line. Another Cougar first down. Sean McWashington on the reception. Mel Miller with a tackle. And another first down through the air by the Cougars. 2:40 to go here in the second quarter. The Cougars with the lead 14-7.
See, they're only rushing 4 people, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people blocking, trying to go that zone. But I believe that the Huskies cannot afford to do that all day.
They're going to have to go to a blitz package. The Cougars picked it up early, but you've got to gamble.
Michael Black across the 15 and down to the Husky 13-yard line on the carry. Clock ticks away. A little over 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. Mac Tuiaea on the tackle along with Jeremiah Farms.
That earlier touchdown run by Michael Black, his 11th of the year. That's 2 away from Steve Broussard's single-season Washington State record. That's typical of
6.
Ryan Leaf all year, just spreading it out.
Isn't that something? 6 different receivers have caught a pass from Ryan Leaf. That last play, a gain of 3. Leaf passes out of the end zone, intended for Sean McWashington, but the big rush is on, and the flag is thrown at the 18-yard line.
In the vicinity where you'd expect a hold against Washington State.
Again, though, you've got to be impressed with Ryan Leaf's athletic ability, but he just getting away from the rush. Jerry Jensen, the senior co-captain, taking a weird angle on him, and he's able to get away from him and still throw the football downfield.
I don't know what happened on that play, but Pat Flood, the referee, ended up on the turf at about the 35-yard line. I don't know if he was just trying to avoid the rush as well, but he was on his rear and had lost his hat. Glad to hear his mic still works, though.
Here's the play one more time. As McWashington was the intended receiver down in the end zone.
Jerry Jensen went for the wrong shoulder on that blitz. But Tuiaea down below, right there, taken down, right in the middle.
With the penalty, the ball is brought back to the Washington 29-yard line. It is second down and 24 for the Cougars. Leaf wrapped up and dropped for a loss. Jerry Jensen with the sack. Jerry Jensen breaks through and he wraps up Ryan Leaf, and he's able to bring him down.
You got Jason Chorak in there as well. You'll see all the action on the left side of the screen, guys.
There's Jensen. He almost knocked the ball out of the hands of Leaf, but he was able to take it down with him and hang on to it. Big play by Jerry Jensen defensively for the Huskies.
A big play here for the Cougars, not necessarily to get the first down, to pick up a little additional yardage to set up a little easier field goal attempt.
Third down and 27. Leap over the middle. Sean Tibbs wide open. First down. Inside the 5, down to the 3-yard line. Holy smoke, what a catch by Tibbs. Tony Parrish saves the touchdown, but Ryan Leaf is able to find Sean Tibbs.
Tim's the only member of the Fab Five who hasn't made it into the end zone yet, but Sonny, you talked about the middle being vulnerable, and here it is.
Again, great pass protection. No one there in the middle to come up with the play. Excellent throw again by Ryan Leaf, though.
First and goal for the Cougars down at the Washington 3-yard line. 50 seconds to go in the first half. Our score, the Cougars 14 and the Huskies 7.
Coming at you faster than the return of Neon. It's Fuel TV's Snowpack.
That was sick.
Every Tuesday, Snowpack features the best new shows, contests, and specials in the world to satisfy the most hardcore of POW fiends.
It's gonna be sick!
Snowpack, Tuesday nights, only on Fuel TV. Presented by HP.
Peace out. Peace out.
Every week, some will rise, some will fall, and some will take the next step on the road to the BCS. Unbelievable! BCS Breakdown on FSN. With previews of Saturday's biggest matchups and detailed analysis of the national championship picture. BCS Breakdown, Sunday on Fox College Sports.
Lead by 7, 14-7 with 24 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Third down for the Cougars at the Washington 3-yard line. Lester Towns has been all over the place.
Same play the Cougars ran for a 2-point conversion against Stanford last week.
In motion near side is McWashington. Lead looking in the end zone. Now has to come out of the pocket, being rushed. Gets it off. Incomplete. Incomplete. Chris Jackson was the intended receiver at the 1-yard line.
But we talked about it. That's the only way they could allow themselves to have time to kick the ball with no timeouts remaining.
Clock stops on the incompleted pass. 15 seconds on the clock. And Ryan Lindell will come in for the field goal attempt. The ball will be spotted at the 10-yard line.
Great job by the Husky secondary. Leaf had a lot of time.
20-yard field goal attempt for Ryan Lindell. The kick is up, and it is good. A 3-pointer for the Cougars. And they have a 17-7 lead right here at the end of the first half of play. 12 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Once again, our score, the Cougars 17, Huskies 7.
If you've tried to lose weight and failed on a diet or exercise program, there's news from the Obesity Research Institute. Now you can lose pounds of body fat and weight without changing your life.
When the fat starts shedding off, my husband says, "Look at you."
It wasn't just about losing weight, but body fat.
Inches were lost. Like, I swear it attacked just the fat.
Lipozene. Clinical study proves that 78% of each pound lost is pure body fat. Backed by 12 independent clinical studies. Clinically proven to help you lose pounds of body fat and weight without a change in lifestyle.
I didn't have to go to a weird diet or, measure my food. I just ate what I wanted, and I lost weight.
Being able to lose the weight without having to really work hard was really fantastic. I loved it.
I could eat what I wanted to eat, and I still lost the weight consistently.
Please understand that Lipozene is a powerful weight loss supplement that was formulated only for those people who seriously want to lose not just weight, but pounds of body fat.
It's a miracle. I swear it is. You just can't do it on your own. You can't.
If you just would try Lipozene, you'll see results.
Lipozene is the final answer. It worked for me. I don't have to try anything else.
Now you can get Lipozene over the phone without a prescription. Call the number on your screen and it will be shipped directly to your home.
Call now to try Lipozene risk-free for 30 days for only $29.95. If you don't lose pounds of body fat and weight, send it back and we'll refund your $29.95. But wait, it gets better. Call now and we'll double your order absolutely free. Call in the next 10 minutes and your shipping and handling is also free. That's right. Call now and we'll double your order and your shipping is free.
To order, call 1-800-253-0368. That's 1-800-253-0368. Call now.
17-7, the Cougars lead as we get things going here in the second half of play. Ryan Lindell will kick it off to start the third quarter. The deep men are Jarzinka and Pathon. It is going to be Joe Jarzinka at the 2, across the 20, 25 near side, spins down to the 29-yard line. Joe Jarzinka with the return for the Huskies, 1st and 10 for Washington.
Boy, it started out, but 2 flags down right away on this kickoff.
Penalty flag down. Now the return by the Huskies as we get things going here in the third quarter. A cool afternoon, cloudy skies for this Apple Cup matchup between the Huskies and the Cougars. The great
on the return,
rivalry.
Holding by the return team. 10-yard penalty from the end of the run. 1st and 10.
So a penalty against Washington.
It's one thing the Cougars settled down. They got rid of that anxiety, especially on the defensive side of the football after that first drive. 4 offside penalties that you talked about, a balanced drive by the Huskies. It was balanced. Run, pass, and penalty as it rains a little bit here at Husky Stadium.
And talking about when it rains, look at this, 17 points off turnovers today for Washington. The interceptions and the 3 scores by the Cougars in the first half. So it's 1st and 10 for Washington, back at their own 20-yard line, and a couple of guys jump, and who went first? Flags all over the place.
Looked like the freshman Chad Ward, 71, getting a little anxious. Well, the Huskies have come out and made good adjustments throughout the year.
False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 1st down.
In the third quarter, but one thing now, you have the penalty on the kickoff, and now the first play from scrimmage, you jump off sides. That's not the way you want to get that momentum started if you're a Husky in the third quarter.
Come out stuttering here in the third quarter play. Sonny Six-Killer, if you're Jim Lambright, what did you talk about at halftime?
I think you go back, the defense really saved them a little bit there just before halftime, only giving up a field goal. You need to stick with what they've been working with. Short passes.
Incomplete. Intended for the tight end, Cam Cleveland at the 25, but incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 15. And Bud, if you're Mike Price, what did you talk about at halftime?
Well, I think what he has to tell his football team is just to try to maintain what they've been doing. They can't expect that the Huskies will turn it over 3 times in the second half, but they can expect to counter the defensive changes that the Huskies will make, which they'll have to do because the Cougar passing game was just creating too many options for Ryan Leaf in the first half.
Mike Price is still looking for his first ever road win in the month of November. Cougars have the lead 17-7 here at the start of the second half. Long yardage, handoff to Maurice Shaw. Can't find any room right there at the line of scrimmage. And he's pushed back. Gain of maybe a yard. Todd Nelson on the stop for Washington State. It is 3rd down and 14 for the Huskies. Well, in this situation, keep your eyes on number 24, Sonny Jerome Pathon.
Huskies today have gone way downfield on 3rd and 14, 3rd and 13. They've thrown the ball 30, 40 yards downfield, not really near the first down marker.
In motion to the far side goes Fred Coleman. Brock Huard sets up, has the time, over the middle, incomplete. No, it is intercepted by Lamont Thompson. Jerome Pathon went up in the air, he had it, but the ball popped out of his hands at the 40. Lamont Thompson is there with his second interception of the ball game in the 4th for Washington State.
Not bad for a freshman ball player. Right here you see Ray Jackson on coverage with Jerome Pathon. He had a lot of time to throw the football. I actually have to say that that was Brock Huard's responsibility. He waited a little bit too long to deliver the ball. Ball should have been gone way before that.
I'm really surprised, though, that the Huskies continue to try to throw it deep instead of getting the first down and keeping possession.
They've only done it one time. That was to a tight end screen, and Cam Cleveland was able to pick it up.
Watch the deep pass here.
Leaf rolling near side. It is incomplete, intended for Sean Timms, but a flag is thrown back at the 47-yard line. Sean Timms had to come back for that ball.
Ryan Leaf a little upset with himself for not delivering the ball correctly, and it wouldn't have mattered anyway. That's a hold, and look at the spot of the foul. The flag is all the way back near the 49, so that's going to turn out to be a big penalty against Mike Price's offense.
You know, Ryan Leaf with the big strong arm. You see a guy.
Penalty from the spot of the foul. Repeat first down.
You see him so wide open. You think, God, I'll just lay it out there for him. And usually that's what happens. The ball usually is off target a little bit. You see him right here, Rick, rolling out to his right. Just kind of laying it up there, nice and easy.
He had Timms open. He knew it. He should have gotten the football to him. It is first down and 29 for the Cougars back at their 41-yard line after the penalty. Lead to the far sideline, and Chris Jackson. Not out of bounds, Chris Jackson at the Washington 48-yard line.
4 people, but I just don't think as a steady diet you can get away with that.
You love to be sitting back there having that much time to throw to this group of receivers.
Absolutely.
It is now 2nd down and 29 for the Cougars back at their 42.
Watch McKenzie, the slot man on the right side, lower portion of your screen.
Evan McKenzie in with Washington. But the handoff, Mike Black across midfield down to the 47-yard line of the Huskies. They still have a long way to go. They have to go down to the Washington 30-yard line for a first down. They started off with great field position, but the penalty put them back at midfield.
That's a pretty good call, though, with that much yardage to go. Right up the middle. Little quick trap right up the center. And again, you know, when you only have 4 people that are going to be rushing the quarterback on a pass play, you have 5 people blocking, you got a pretty good advantage there on that trap.
3rd down and 17. Don't let the home run ball beat you.
You've only got 4 seconds to snap it.
Leaf across, and it is complete to Chris Jackson. And he's got the first down. He's taken down at the Washington 29-yard line. He had to go to the 30. Let's see where they spot the football. It is right on the 30-yard line. Holy smoke, what a catch by Jackson. He's come up with a big play.
What a delivery by Leaf under pressure.
A lot of pressure, but they had him coming this time. You can see him coming from the left side. Suki Wicks just a little late. But that's just a great clear-out route there, and then having Jackson come right behind him to an open area.
Looked like Jackson knew exactly where he needed to get that first down, diving for that 30. Big first down for the Cougars.
Cougars have just set another Pac-10 offense record. Tell you about it after this play.
On first down, Leaf looking over the Husky defense. But it's set up again. And it is going to be incomplete, knocked away by Mel Miller. The intended receiver again was Chris Jackson. The split end for the Cougars.
Washington State now with 5,488 yards of total offense. Actually into the 5,490 yards, and that breaks the Pac-10 single season record. Arizona State in 1981 had that record.
Averaging 500 yards a game going into this ball game this afternoon. Incredible. It is second down and 10 at the Washington 30. Leaf directing traffic. You go here, you go there. Michael Black goes there. Left side. 25, 20, close to the 20. Take it down at the 21.
I'm surprised they did not call a hold that time on Kevin McKenzie. Mike Levenseller's got these Cougar receivers doing a great job of blocking. I think McKenzie actually might have had a little bit of a hold there. Let's take a look.
Right there on the end of the side, but the big block I thought was the one in the middle on Lester Towns. Rob Rainville really containing him, and out in the corner, you're right, his hands get out there.
Here's where the play action could become huge. 3rd and 1. They might play fake and go into the end zone here.
3rd down, handoff. Michael Black, and he has the first down across the 20.
Or maybe they'll just get the first down.
Jim Lambright hoping to slow down the Cougars here in the second half of play. He had the early 7-0 lead, but now the Cougars lead 17-7.
Good look at Lee Harrison, a former walk-on. In fact, Mike Price candidly says he came into my office. I told him to go to school somewhere else, a smaller program where he could play, because that shows you how smart I am sometimes. He's the starting center all year for the Cougars.
First and 10. Near sideline and is incomplete. Intended for 9 Taylor.
Jason Chorak with pressure on Leaf right as he delivered that football. That is what caused that one to come up a little short.
Yes, you're right. Jason has not been back there too many times this afternoon. The line, of course, has been keying on him from Washington State, doing a good job against him, double teaming him.
Sonny, have you ever tried to polish off that plate of hotcakes that his mom makes at the restaurant?
I stay away from those big guys.
Those sound good right about now.
Yeah.
I'm hungry. 11:21 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Jason Chorak, a great defensive end.
Cougars have a man uncovered in the slot.
2nd down and 10. Washington State at the Washington 20. Leaf in trouble. Ball rolls out to the 20, but I think his arm started forward.
I thought his arm was going forward, but
Incomplete pass.
Now they're calling it. Looked like spotting it where the ball was picked up at first. Flag from the line of scrimmage.
Play was ruled incomplete pass. On the play, there was offsides on the defense. It's a 5-yard penalty. Repeat second down.
Offsides against the Huskies. It turned out to be an incompleted pass. It looked like Leaf's arm motion started forward.
Frustrating afternoon so far for Jim Lambright on the Husky sideline, and that was a big penalty. Instead of a 3rd and 10, the Cougars with a 2nd and 5.
Ball is at the Washington 15-yard line. It has been frustrating for the Huskies, Sonny, the last 2 weeks against Oregon and UCLA. 2nd down and 5. Leaf will throw again. Looking some more. Far side. Keeps it himself. He's out of bounds at the 10-yard line. Taken out of bounds by linebacker Marcus Hairston.
A lot of time to throw the football, but he was looking at one receiver that was pushed out of bounds and tried to come back in to get open. Huskies just before halftime also having good coverage downfield. Nowhere to throw, but again, 4 people rushing the quarterback. There's no way that... Good job right there by Marcus Harrison, though, to come out of coverage and get him out of bounds.
And Leaf goes flying out of bounds. It is 3rd down and 1. And what do you look for Leaf to do right here, bud?
Wouldn't be surprised about a quarterback sneak as Ryan's got a little bit of the track on his shoulder.
Got to get just across the 10-yard line. 3rd down and a yard. It'll go to Black. Black will get the first down. He is across the 10, so it's going to be first and goal for the Cougars inside the Husky 10-yard line. Jerry Jensen with the tackle for the Huskies.
Probably have to measure for this one. It's pretty close. Well, you know, I tell you what, Rick, when your defense gets turnovers for you, 4 big ones today, a lot of confidence, you're up by 10 points.
Once again, they start off the second half with good field possession.
Just enough for a Cougar first down.
So Washington State first down just inside the Husky 10-yard line with 10:51 to go in the third quarter.
Some of the Cougar cheerleaders who made it to cheer on Mike Price's team. A number of them still sitting back in Spokane watching on TV because of the fog at the airport.
Mike Price hoping to go to the Rose Bowl for the very first time. The Cougars haven't been there in 67 years. Their last appearance 1931 against Alabama, and Alabama won that game 24-0. They've been there twice. On first down, Michael Black inside the 5 and down to the 3-yard line. He's been tough to bring down all afternoon long. Marcus Hairston with a stop. So it's second and goal at the Husky 3-yard line.
Good blocking up front. Michael Black doesn't need a lot of room, but again, right there, you see something that's really plagued this team the last few weeks. Not being able to make the tackle right there. Lester Towns not being able to bring him down. He's 4 more yards.
Butler and Farms into the ball game defensively for the Huskies. 3 wideouts to the far side. Lead to Black. Michael Black pulls his way down to the 2. Now does he bust in? It looked like his forward motion may have stopped, but he stayed on his feet.
Nobody ever blew a whistle.
Kept churning.
Nobody in the stands even blew a whistle.
Now touchdown. Touchdown Cougars. Delayed call by the referees, but Michael Black's second and third effort is able to keep those legs chugging away, and he eventually gets into the end zone. A touchdown for Washington State. Cougars lead 23-7.
Rob Rainville credited with covering this fumble. That's the longest 3-yard play you'll ever see.
You're right, Bud. Those legs are still moving, but the ball's gone right there.
Out.
And then the fight's on underneath that pile, and Rob Rainville is just a little bit stronger than Jeremiah Farms, number 4.
We saw that 2 weeks ago. That's how the Huskies scored a touchdown with Olin Kreutz. The kick by Ryan Lindell is good for the extra point. And the Cougars have the lead 24-7. So Black lost the ball and squirted out of his hands. And Rob Rainville was able to jump on the ball on the fumble in the end zone. A touchdown for Washington State. 9:47 to go in the third quarter. It's now the Cougars 24 and the Huskies 7.
If you've tried to lose weight and failed on a diet or exercise program, there's news from the Obesity Research Institute. Now you can lose pounds of body fat and weight without changing your life.
When the fat starts shedding off, my husband says, "Look at you."
It wasn't just about losing weight, but body fat.
Inches were lost. Like, I swear it attacked just the fat.
Lipozene. Clinical study proves that 78% of each pound lost is pure body fat. Backed by 12 independent clinical studies. Clinically proven to help you lose pounds of body fat and weight without a change in lifestyle.
I didn't have to go to a weird diet or, measure my food. I just ate what I wanted, and I lost weight.
Being able to lose the weight without having to really work hard was really fantastic. I loved it.
I could eat what I wanted to eat, and I still lost the weight consistently.
Please understand that Lipozene is a powerful weight loss supplement that was formulated only for those people who seriously want to lose not just weight, but pounds of body fat.
It's a miracle. I swear it is. You just can't do it on your own. You can't.
If you just would try Lipozene, you'll see results.
Lipozene is the final answer. It worked for me. I don't have to try anything else.
Now you can get Lipozene over the phone without a prescription. Call the number on your screen and it will be shipped directly to your home.
Call now to try Lipozene risk-free for 30 days for only $29.95. If you don't lose pounds of body fat and weight, send it back and we'll refund your $29.95. But wait, it gets better. Call now and we'll double your order absolutely free. Call in the next 10 minutes and your shipping and handling is also free. That's right. Call now and we'll double your order and your shipping is free.
To order, call 1-800-253-0368. That's 1-800-253-0368. Call now.
The Cougars pull out to a 17-point lead, 24-7 with 9:47 to go here in the third quarter. Here's that last touchdown play, the run by Michael Black. The ball pops out of his hands, and it's recovered in the end zone by left tackle Rob Rainville for the Cougar touchdown.
Michael Black probably thought he was in a professional wrestling ring there for a while.
Ryan Lindell with a kick back at his 20. There was a little celebration after the extra point. Picked up by Jerome Pathon. He's out to the 40 and down around the 46-yard line. So the Huskies will have good field position at their own 46-yard line, but Sonny, the Huskies have their work cut out for them with 9.5 minutes to go in the third quarter.
There's a lot of time, to be honest with you. 17 points down for the Huskies, but they have not looked very good today at all. You see the drive. You can't afford to be giving the other team, the Cougars in this instance, 40 yards, 11 plays to get a touchdown.
Michael Black with 77 yards on the afternoon and 1 touchdown. That was an 8-yard run for the Cougars' first score. That tied the game at 7-7. First and 10 for the Huskies at their own 46. Plenty of time left to go. Outlet pass from Jerome Pathon. He's taken out of bounds at the Washington State 49-yard line. So the Huskies get into Cougar territory, a gain of about 6. On the catch by Jerome Pathon, Ray Jackson with the tackle.
Ray Jackson on the tackle. Second down, 4 yards to go for the Huskies.
It is second down and 4.
Sonny, I wouldn't say it's panic time yet. The Huskies can still afford to try to run the football.
And they will with Maurice Shaw. Spins away. Is that Reed down to the Washington State 41-yard line.
All for naught, though.
Shaw.
All for naught, it looks like. There could be a holding call down there.
We talked earlier about the young Cougar safeties, and Lamont Thompson's come up with a couple of interceptions. He made a nice tackle there as well.
On the offense, that's a 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Repeat second down.
Another penalty against Washington will negate the nice run by Maurice Shaw. That would have been a first down.
Very nice run. Third quarter. Huskies can't afford to kill themselves with penalties.
Here's a look at the Huskies running game over the last 3 weeks. 100 yards, 112, 71 yards without Rashawn Sheehy. Going back 4 weeks ago with Sheehy in that lineup, it's only 264 yards on the ground.
Oh, I tell you, he's a valuable asset that the Huskies can. We wish they had him on the sidelines right now.
This afternoon, Washington with 49 yards rushing. Offsides against Washington State. The passes, though, complete to Cleveland. Gets away from a tackler. And out of bounds at the Cougar 39-yard line. So he's been a key receiver for Brock Huard.
A lot of Husky fans wonder all season, why don't we throw the tight end? And today, Brock Huard seems to hone in on him a little bit. Looks like it could be offsides, Washington State on the play. But right there, see a nifty little move. A lot of scouts around the country believe that this man may be the top tight end.
Cam Cleveland with the first down for the Huskies. First and 10 for Washington at the Washington State yard line. Nice catch and then the nice run by Cleveland.
Big series offensively. The Huskies desperately need a score here to stay in this game.
Right now down by 17 with 9:02 to go here in the third quarter. Again offsides by Washington State. Contact. Free play. Deep downfield. Freddie Coleman. Touchdown Washington. Freddie Coleman with the bomb from Brock Huard. And the Huskies get on the board. There was a flag on the play, but it's a penalty against Washington State. The touchdown will count for Washington. Brock Huard fighting Freddie Coleman on the far side of the field in the end zone. It is 24-13 Washington State.
What happens is the defense all kinds of stand still. They see that flag go up, but it's a free play. There hadn't been a whistle. Brock Huard did the smart thing. You finish the play, Freddie Coleman with the big grab.
He gets a step on Ray Jackson and makes the touchdown catch. Nick Lentz with the extra point try. It is up and it is good. 8:57 to go here in the third quarter. The Dogs get on the scoreboard one more time. It's the Cougars 24 and the Huskies 14.
College football fans, here's your chance to be a part of the BCS. Go online to get the official merchandise from the Rose Bowl game presented by Citi, the All-State Sugar Bowl, the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl, the FedEx Orange Bowl, and the All-State BCS National Championship. Own a part of college football history. Go to bcsfootball.org and order today.
The best damn sports show, period. Weeknights on FSN.
Ask our Father what dreams are made of.
Some dreams.
And He'll tell you hard work.
Live on in time forever.
We were kids, and He expected us to build the Great Wall of Philadelphia.
Those dreams you want with all your heart.
And He wanted it to be perfect. No friends, no football, nothing.
Follow through with the promise I made.
But over the months, we stuck with it.
Put it all on.
And when it was finally finished, all He said was,
"Don't ever tell me there's something you can't do."
But you know, He was wrong. There is something I can't do. I can't thank Him enough.
A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
It's now the Cougars 24 and the Huskies 14 with 8 minutes and 50 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Huskies getting back in the ball game. Still plenty of time.
Celebration penalty against the Cougars turned out to be a very big penalty.
Good point, Bud. Good field position for the Huskies, and they cashed in with a long touchdown pass from Heward to Coleman. Near side, that is Kevin McKenzie across the field, 15 and down to the 19-yard line, and the flag is thrown at the 31.
Takes the kick at his own 9-yard line. He returns it 10 yards.
So a return of 10 yards by Kevin McKenzie for the Cougars. Todd Johnson with the tackle.
With the spot of the foul, if it's against Washington State, they'll only lose a yard on the penalty.
During the return, holding on the return team. 10-yard penalty from the end of the run.
End of the run, so they'll lose a full 10. Not spot of the foul.
So that'll bring the football back to the Washington State 9-yard line. Ryan Leaf will set up his offense deep inside his own territory.
Well, I believe the last time they had a long drive, it resulted in only a field goal, Bud. So a lot of their other scoring drives have been very much 40 yards or so due to those turnovers.
They have taken advantage of 4 Husky turnovers, and the crowd jumps back into this one.
2 tight ends into the ball game for Washington State. John Kincaid along with Love Jefferson. Chris Jackson to the far side. Sean McWashington to the near side. And now this crowd at Husky Stadium is into the ball game. It is a 10-point game. Cougars up 24-14. Michael Black across the 10 down to the 12. A gain of 2.
Looked like it was Josh Smith diving through there to get him a little bit down by his ankles. Husky fans have something to cheer about, Bud. They've been a while since they've really been on it. That end of the end zone being the closed in really rocks down there.
There's a few crimson coats in that area, so they might not make as much noise this time.
They call it a gain of only 1. It is second down in line. 9, leap to throw. Jackson complete. 16 across the 20, and he's down to the 24. So he's got the first down for the Cougars. Mel Miller finally rides them down.
Got another flag on the play, too. Boy, the officials have been working overtime in this thing.
Yeah, Mel Miller giving Chris Jackson all kinds of room to complete the ball.
Might be a defensive hold from where that flag is thrown. It's right at the first down marker on the opposite side from where the ball was thrown.
Here's a look at it one more time. Leaf looking to the near side. where he finds Chris Jackson. Holding on the defense. The Huskies declined by the Cougars.
It makes such a difference. You can see Jim Lambright a little worried about that, about the throw. When the quarterback can plant that foot and step up, and a big guy like this, that's going to be there in a hurry. And you can't afford to give that much cushion to a wide receiver.
1st and 10 for the Cougars at their own 24-yard line. Less than 8 minutes to play here in the 3rd quarter. Leaf rolling to his left. Big rush, Jerry Jensen with the sack. Jerry Jensen right there to take down Ryan Leaf at the Washington State 17. Holy smoke, what a play by Jensen.
2nd sack of the day for the Dogs, and he got there in a hurry. And Sonny, that's what we've talked about. The Huskies have to bring people and get some pressure on Ryan Leaf.
See Ryan McShane knowing that that's probably his responsibility. A little slow getting out there to get a little arm.
Well, Jensen just did a great job of timing that.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times, but it is just time. You got to know the snap count.
Loss of 7. It is 2nd down and 17 with 7 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Leaf flushed out of the pocket. Short pass incomplete at the 25.
I think you might either have a hold or roughing the passer on Ryan Leaf, who was hit hard after he unloaded the football.
Kevin McKenzie was the intended receiver. Ball went zipping through the sideline and out of bounds. Intended for McKenzie.
Reaction of the players, it's a hold against Washington State. Face mask.
Yeah, it looked like Jabari Issa, a Cougar, was getting his hands up inside his face. Maybe we'll get a look at it. Look for 95 on the far side if he comes into view. Little bit of pressure right here. Little rush. Right there, he grabbed his face mask and pulled him down. I mean, the lineman's got to realize that's a penalty.
It almost looked like he was reaching up for a block and the face mask was there, and you're grabbing onto whatever you're grabbing onto. But the penalties have hurt the Cougs in a sack and sets up a 2nd and almost forever for the Cougars.
Yeah, they've got to go all the way down to their 34-yard line for a 1st down, but their backs are to the wall right now. The Cougars have the ball. 2nd and 31 at their own 4-yard line. Husky fans getting into it here in the 3rd quarter. They were quiet in the 1st half because of the surge by the Cougars in the 2nd quarter. Handoff to Black. Across the 5 and down to the 6-yard line. Jabari Issa right there with a tackle. Big 3rd down and 28.
You know, Rick,
long way to go.
Look at the penalties. Ryan Church just gave me here 12 penalties for 111 yards for the Cougars.
28 yards to go.
A lot of flags thrown in this ball game. 6.5 to go in the 3rd quarter. 3rd down and 29 at the Washington State 5.
Wonder if they throw deep here, and even if it's picked, it looks like a punt.
Leaf, right, left, goes over the middle, complete. Oh, it's intercepted. Tony Parrish, the 10, 5, still on his feet. Touchdown, Huskies! Intercepted Tony Parrish, and he brings it back for about a 30-yard return. Holy smoke, and you talk about the crowd getting back in it. Tony Parrish, the interception, yep, it was complete, but complete to a Husky. The Cougars lead. A 32-yard interception return for Tony Parrish.
Right there, Tony Parrish reading it just like you need to as a safety. Coming up with a big interception. Michael Black not being able to make the tackle. Tony Parrish into the end zone.
And the kick by Lentz is good. It is 24-21, a 3-point lead. The Huskies were down by 17 going into the 2nd half of play, but Tony Parrish with the interception return. 6 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. It's the Cougars 24 and the Huskies 21.
Fox College Sports has the recipe for the ultimate college reunion. Start with over 900 live NCAA events. Add inside your favorite conferences like the Pac-10, Big 12, and more. Toss in news from around the NCAA. And garnish with the hottest coaches shows. This is the place where college never ends. For more info on Fox College Sports, log on to foxcollegesports.com.
Sunday Night Hoops snaps into focus. First, high-flying Virginia Tech takes on ACC rival Wake Forest. Then, Cincinnati travels down Tobacco Road to battle NC State. Sunday Night Hoops, this week on Fox College Sports. 50 years ago, the great American race began.
Richard Petty goes back in front. They both spin. They're in the wall. Petty is ready. Dale hits him. And there's a fight. Dale Earnhardt is the champion of the Daytona 500.
The 2008 Sprint Cup begins with the 50th running of the Daytona 500. This February only on Fox.
Well, the Huskies are right back in it. They trail the Cougars by only 3, 24-21. The kick by Nick Lentz goes in and out of the end zone. The Cougars will have it first down at their own 20-yard line. But what a comeback by the Huskies here in the second half. On the 32-yard interception and the return for a touchdown by Tony Parrish of Washington.
Cougars have to battle a hostile environment now, and this offense has always prided itself on being able to just stay calm and produce when they have to. They've done it all year with the exception of a fourth down play in Tempe, and we'll see how they respond to this adversity.
Cougars looking to go to the Rose Bowl for the first time in a long time. Rashawn Sheehy on the sideline, and all to do is watch and cheer his teammates on. Lee rolling to his right. Passes off. It is incomplete. Intended for Sean Timms. Down around the 45-yard line of Washington.
Ryan a little upset with his receiver. I think he felt he should have come back on that play. Little play action pass downfield. You get number 8 there, Sean Timms. A lot of room to throw the ball. I thought he was going to go to the flat. But to the short receiver, elected to go downfield to Sean Timms.
I thought he was going to do it myself.
Well, that's a couple times a day he's had an opportunity. He has not done it.
It's now second down and 10 for the Cougars at their 20. Ryan Leaf has missed on 6 of his last 8 pass attempts. Michael Black can't find any room. Barely across the line of scrimmage. Maybe a half yard on the carry. It'll be third down and 9. Back to EAA on. Lester Towns on the tackle for the Huskies. 5.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
It's amazing how turnovers and that momentum where again comes back into play. I know I told Bud that Cougars score again. The Huskies need to rebound. I didn't know if they could do it, but they've really bounced back strong.
The big interception and the return by Tony Parrish, bringing this crowd back into the ballgame. 24-21, Washington State. Leap near side. He's got the man open. McKenzie still on his feet. 35 and down at the 39-yard line. First down for the Cougars. Tony Parrish with a stop, and a flag is thrown at the 35-yard line.
I think maybe Lester Towns got that inadvertent hand.
18 yards before the penalty.
Oh, now this time it's inadvertent. A while ago, that guy was just reaching up and grabbing that thing and yanking it. So.
Well, you know.
During the run,
Didn't really mean to do
5-yard
it.
face mask on the defense. 5-yard penalty from the end of the run. First down.
Face mask against the Huskies.
That's just the difference between a linebacker and an offensive lineman.
Oh, okay.
Another first down for the Cougars.
But again, that motion offense with, and I mean that from the receiver set, he came all the way across the field to make that reception to an open area that's been cleared out.
Cougars with a football at their own 44-yard line. 4:50 to go here in the third quarter. They lead by 3. Four receivers are in there for Washington State. Michael Black out to midfield.
Michael Black
gain of 6 yards. So it's going to be 2nd down and 4. Lester Towns and Jeremiah Farms with the tackle for the Huskies. Michael Black, a real workhorse this afternoon for Washington State, carrying the payload as Leaf goes up top to 5 different receivers. 2nd down and 4. Near sideline, intended for Chris Jackson, caught 20, 15, 10, and he is in there. Touchdown, Washington State. 50-yard touchdown from Leaf to Chris Jackson. Jackson tippy-toeing down the near sideline. He's able to get in there. Touchdown for the Cougars. They lead 30-21.
Chris Jackson was in Mike Price's doghouse on Sunday night and Monday morning for saying that the Huskies don't give any respect, and Jackson gets away with a little push.
Yes, he does right there, but it's still very good play by a big receiver right there. Big time play by Chris Jackson.
The 2nd touchdown catch on the afternoon by Chris Jackson.
Quite a day for the Jackson family. Brother Ray with an interception.
Ryan Lindell with the extra point try. It is up. It is good. And with 3:58 to go in the 3rd quarter, the Cougars get back up on the board. It's now the Cougars 31 and the Huskies 21.
Show period. Weeknights on FSN.
The most unpredictable college football season in history reaches its climax. The Tigers have risen from the ashes and are ready to claim their 2nd BCS championship. But the Buckeyes are out to avenge last year's title game loss and prove they're the true #1. LSU, Ohio State. The All-State BCS National Championship game this January only on Fox.
.58 to go here in the 3rd quarter. It's the Cougars 31 and the Huskies 21. A 50-yard touchdown pass from Ryan Leaf to Chris Jackson. And the Cougars move back out to a 10-point lead. The kick is up. Jerome Pathon back in his own end zone. He's going to bring it out the 5. Near side 10, 15. Trying to get around the corner. 20. He's got a little room. The 30. And he's taken out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Heck of a return by Jerome Pathon.
Jerome is an all-around player. Looked at his all-purpose yards on punts, kickoffs, receiving. Pretty deep in the end zone right here to be bringing it out. Good job block. Look at Brad Hutt just kind of getting a push block right there on the Cougar at about the 20.
Jerome Pathon took it a little deep, but he says, I've got to make something happen.
Well, he can do that, Rick.
My goodness. Nice return by Pathon out to the 34.
Ryan Lindell, the kicker, making the tackle.
Mike Reed, the H-back, is in there for the Huskies. Ewert near sideline, intended for Pathon, but the ball was thrown behind him. Incomplete pass at the 40. 2nd down and 10 for Washington.
When you have guys like Brandon Moore playing that weak linebacker position, you have a tendency sometimes to do those kind of throws. He was back there in the throwing lane. We featured him in the pregame. That guy is a pretty good athlete, but
Brandon Moore got his real break in the Apple Cup a couple of years ago when Chris Hayes was hurt. Moore had to step in and played pretty well, said it really helped his confidence.
It is 2nd down and 10 for the Huskies. And off to Shaw across the 35, and not a whole lot there for Maurice.
Big Leon Bender there to help out on the stop.
That was a big takedown.
Leon, 6'5", 299-pound senior.
Interesting they were bringing Moore from the outside that time.
Picks up 2 yards. It is 3rd down and 8. With 3:15 to go here in the 3rd quarter, 31-21, the Cougars lead.
Let's look for Cam Cleveland, the tight end.
Made some big plays this afternoon from that spot.
Stays in the block.
Far side, he's got a man open. First down for the Huskies at midfield. Fred Coleman with the reception. Gain of 16 yards to Fred Coleman. Ball is spotted at the Washington State 49-yard line. Big catch.
Well, we talked about Ryan Leaf having time to throw the football. You look at the pocket right there, and you can step up, deliver the ball on the money like that. Ray Jackson giving him a lot of room.
Well, let's go back to the touchdown. The offside play, the Cougars stop for a minute. Jackson gets burnt long by Coleman. He was giving him way too much room that time, but he had memories of that touchdown catch.
In motion to the near side is Coleman. Ewert out of the pocket, rolling to the near side, looking for a man, tosses it up for Pathon, complete at the 30, and a flag is thrown.
Came in from out of bounds. You're allowed to do that if you're forced out, but I think the officials are going to say Pathon ran his route out of bounds and then came back in.
Officials were right there to make the call. Ewert was waiting for somebody to get open, and Pathon eventually did at the 30-yard line, but he was knocked out of bounds first.
I wouldn't be surprised if they wave this flag off and give him the catch, because if one of the officials says he was forced out, it'll be a good play.
Ineligible receiver. The receiver went out of bounds on his own, came back in as the first to touch the ball. The result, there is no yardage penalty, but it's a loss of down. Therefore, 2nd down.
So a loss of down with Pathon going out of bounds and then trying to come back to go after the catch. 2nd down and 10 at the Washington State 49.
It's just an incomplete pass.
Ball at the Cougar 48.
Andre Desaussure into the ball game, wide to the near side. Ewert complete to his tight end Cleveland at the 45-yard line. That's a gain of 4.
Thought the Cougar defensive line did a pretty good job that time, Sonny, of getting the thrust and getting the Huskies back and not allowing Ewert much time to have that play develop.
You know, a lot of times I look at the offensive line of the Huskies, and like they're sitting back on their haunches a little bit. They're not really firing out. Even in a passing situation, you still want to get your momentum going forward, and then you can retract, come back, recoil, and do your pass blocking. You just can't stand up in your stance. Otherwise, the defensive front can push you back.
Another big 3rd down play for the Huskies. It is 3rd down and 6. Motion near side. Fred Coleman. Ewert over the middle. Pathon. He's got the first down at the Washington State 32-yard line. Mr. Pathon has a way of getting open and making the big play. Ray Jackson and Lamont Thompson with a tackle, but not before Pathon makes the catch for the first down.
Watch the throw right behind and above Brandon Moore, who was getting out in the coverage, just like you draw it up on the chalkboard, Bud.
Again, the Cougar defensive backs, though, giving a huge cushion. Jackson was about 4 yards beyond the first down marker.
1:30 to go in the 3rd quarter. Cougars with the 10-point lead at 31-21. And off over the left side and down to the 18-yard line goes Maurice Shaw. Another first down for the Huskies.
Bad news for the Cougars. Looks like Lamont Thompson shaken up, making that tackle.
Lamont Thompson down on his knees, slowly getting up. He's played very well for the Cougars. He has started the last 3 games for him, a freshman who has an interception this afternoon. 2 of the 4, actually. And Thompson is on his back being looked over by the medical staff of Washington State. It was the first down for the Huskies.
But this is something the Huskies needed to do. You see Big Benji Olsen pulling around, getting a key block right there, allowing Maurice Shaw some room to run. Looked like maybe a little breadbasket, something
landed on the shoulder.
Yeah.
He tries to wrap up Maurice Shaw. He gets spun around and lands on his back as he makes the tackle on Shaw, and Thompson has to come off the field, but he comes off the field on his own power, so that's good news for the Cougars.
And I would imagine what Washington State has to do here is bring Lawan Gibbons in at the corner and move Jackson back to a safety. Let's see if indeed that is what has happened. Now Jackson staying at the corner. Dwayne Stewart, the starting strong safety, is out. Brian Thomas is in at the safety, a converted wide receiver.
Hunt is in there at fullback one more time for the Huskies. In front of Shaw. Offsides, Washington State. Shaw to the right side. He's down around the 11-yard line. So we had somebody jump offside for the Cougars on the right side of that defensive line. Torrey Holloman with a tackle for Washington State. 55 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Sonny, that's got to be cadence now.
He does. You know, Brock Heward has a
on the defense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
A really deep voice, and Bud, you know, you just change that up a little bit with the hut. I mean, you move it around. It's like Morse code, kind of. You know?
Mike Price, Bill Doba, the defensive coordinator, bottom of your screen. Boy, those penalty numbers mounting.
First down for the Huskies at the Washington State 13. See Leon Bender jump off sides there. First and 5. 20 seconds to go in the third quarter. Heward looking to the near side. Incomplete. Low pass. Intended for Pathon. Somebody get a hand on it?
Sure looked like it. Just as it went over the line.
Jerome Pathon had a little room to work with around the 7-yard line, but he had to come back for the pass.
I was looking at the other side on that play. Saw Ray Jackson covering Freddie Coleman one-on-one. Had a lot of room to operate out there.
There's now second down and 5 for the Huskies. Trying to get back on the board. Whistles. All over the place as Heward takes the snap from Olin Kreutz. You don't want to make the mistakes down here.
5-yard penalty, still second down.
And they do.
Second and 10. Gives them a little more room to operate in their passing schemes. Still doesn't make Coach Lambright very happy.
No. Don't want to lose that momentum. 5-yard penalty against the Huskies. It is second down and 10 at the Washington State 18-yard line. In motion to the far side goes Fred Coleman. Heward, little outlet pass. Down to the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Mike Reed. He took the pass coming out of the backfield, and the Huskies get back on the board. A 17-yard touchdown pass. Mike Reed dancing around, and he gets into the end zone. It's now the Cougars 31 and the Huskies 27. Nick Lentz on to add the extra point.
The Huskies have sent Mike Reed in motion as that H-back many times. Here he's in there catching a little screen pass, which Cam Cleveland made with a big gain in the first half. Big running to finish it off.
Olin Kreutz with a good block on Brandon Moore.
The kick by Lentz is up. It is good. It is now the Cougars 31 and Washington 28. 9 plays, covered 66 yards. 15 seconds to go in the third quarter. Cougars 31, the Huskies 28.
Every week, some will rise, some will fall, and some will take the next step on the road to the BCS. BCS Breakdown on FSN. with previews of Saturday's biggest matchups and detailed analysis of the national championship picture. BCS Breakdown, Sunday on Fox College Sports.
Standing here beside you, want so much to give you this love in my heart that I'm feeling for you. Let the world around us just fall apart. Baby, we can make it if we're heart to heart. And we can build this dream together, standing strong forever. Nothing's gonna stop us now. And if this world runs out of lovers, we'll still have each other. Nothing's gonna stop us. Nothing's gonna stop us now.
This afternoon here on the banks of Lake Washington.
Well, last 2 years it's been wild to the finish, and the Cougars hoping that they can take a bite out of that apple and sniff the rose when it's all over. At 15 minutes, it'll seem like an eternity to the coaches and the players.
This is going to be fun to watch for us up here in the booth. Rick Riz, Sonny Six-Killer, Bud Namick.
We just win in the extra innings.
I love this. This is exciting. I'm glad to be here. Players, this is what it's all about for the players, to play in this game, to meet in the Apple Cup game for these two schools.
Well, Sonny, you'll probably agree with this. As hard as they hit, as much as they talk during the game afterwards, it's high fives and hugs.
Yes, you got it.
And it's fun all week long leading up to the ball game. Here we go. It is 2nd down and 6 for the Cougars at their own 37. Leap far sideline, open man across the 45, down across the 50, and that is Chris Jackson one more time. Chris Jackson with 2 touchdown passes. Mel Miller with a tackle. Another first down for the Cougars into Husky territory at the Washington 48-yard line.
You look at all the receivers the Cougars do have. Chris Jackson seems to be the most impressive to me. He's big, he's fast. Even though he's been in the coach's doghouse, he's been real impressive today.
He's in the real doghouse and having fun.
This is the original doghouse. Michael Black, 35, near sideline. A lot of room, 15, knocked out of bounds around the 10. Michael Black with the long run for the Cougars. Only one man was in the way of a Cougar touchdown. Nigel Burton knocks him out of bounds around the 10. What a day for Michael Black.
Nice quick hitter up the middle. Excellent job by the line, Bud. You've probably seen this play many times this year. A little quick draw.
Black now 24 carries, 125 yards, over 2,000 yards in his Cougar career. Not bad for a guy who's only been in the program for 2 years.
Yeah, a couple of years at a junior college, West Los Angeles, coming up to the Cougars, getting a chance by head coach Mike Price, and he made the best of it. Give this guy a lot of credit. Leap, tosses it up, flag is thrown, the ball sails in and out of the end zone.
Going to get a late personal foul called on Ryan McShane, too. Jason Chorak with the rush, and McShane gave him a shove from behind after the whistles had blown.
Get a flag at the 10, where Jackson tried to get free.
False start on the offense, 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Well, they threw the second flag, and I thought they threw it after McShane had given Chorak the little shove in the back. And Chorak did a little gymnastics routine, and I thought the officials were giving him a 10 on it by throwing the flag, but apparently they just picked that one up.
Ball goes back to the 15-yard line. 1st and 15 for the Cougars. Two to the left, 2 to the right. Black in the backfield. On snap count, Leaf drops back. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Jerry Jensen got a hand on it, deflected the pass that was intended for Sean McWashington down around the goal line.
Pretty good disguise on that play by the Huskies. You had Jerry Jensen out there with the slot back, looked like he was going to be one-on-one in coverage, and at the last minute, a Husky DB drops off in coverage. And Jerry just getting a little swipe right there.
Got a hand on the ball and knocked it away. It is now 2nd down and 15. 14 minutes to go here in the Apple Cup for 1997. Outstanding ball game. Cougars lead at 31-28. Crowd starting to make some noise here at a packed house at Husky Stadium. 74,000 plus. Lead over the middle, almost intercepted again by Tony Parrish. He breaks up the play. Not around the 3-yard line. It was intended for Kevin McKenzie, and Tony Parrish is right there.
But he did have time again, Bud, to throw the football.
Might not have made the right decision that time. One of the few times you can say that.
Were you looking on the left side of the field? It looked like a receiver was open on the near side, on the right side of the screen. But he had his mind made up where he was going with that football.
With 4 and 5 guys to look at, he's got to have some time from that offensive line, a lot of reading to do. Tried to get it to McKenzie. It is 3rd down and 15. The rush is on from the Huskies. Leaf.
Interference.
Flag is thrown at the 3-yard line. Interference on Mel Miller, intended for Chris Jackson.
No question about that. Miller made his break too soon.
Started to climb up his back.
I think you owe that really to a bad throw by Ryan Leaf.
Leaf trying to get the ball to Chris Jackson. Mel Miller covering on the play.
Pass interference on the defense. It's a spot foul. 1st and 10, 1st and goal from the spot of the foul.
1st and goal for the Cougars at the Washington 3-yard line.
Let's watch the throw here.
Penalty against the Huskies is an automatic 1st down. 1st and goal.
Threw it behind him a little. Mel Miller really, that's unfortunate in a way, Bud.
Yeah, Jackson actually slipped, and by slipping, it slowed both of them down, and Miller couldn't avoid the contact.
Yeah, it's.
Ball was thrown behind him. Jackson stopped. Miller kept going.
It's too late now.
1st and goal.
Big break for the Cougars.
Yeah, 1st and goal to 3. Leap. Over the middle, incomplete. Love Jefferson had a hand on it. Juggled the ball and lost it. 2nd and goal.
Jefferson. Broken up by Jabari Issa.
Yeah, it looked like Jabari Issa had an opportunity. Got his big paw up there.
One of the plays the Cougars like to run in this situation is a quarterback draw. Leaf will take a step or two back and then step forward, as you see yet another record that Ryan Leaf has with 330 yards, passing the 3rd best in this Apple Cup.
Wow.
He's also set a Pac-10 single-season total offense record today.
Michael Black just inserted into the ball game. Carries down to about the 1-yard line. A gain of 2 yards on the carry by Black. Cougars lead 31-28 with 13:46 to go in the game.
Cougars have been very good in the red zone this season. And very tough from the 1. Wouldn't be surprised to see a Ryan Leaf sneak here. We've also seen Michael Black go over the top and just jump high.
3rd and goal to goal. Ryan Leaf keeps it himself. And let's see if he's in there. Touchdown, Washington State. Now the signal from the referees. Ryan Leaf gets in for the score. And the Cougars put 6 more on the board. Ryan Leaf takes it himself.
It appeared to me at first on this sneak that he was going to be a little short of the goal line. Right there, he fumbled the ball. Well, it looked to me like he did not get in on that play.
The ball has to break the plane in your possession, and he lost it as he reached out.
Fumble on the play before the player went into the end zone. However, the offensive player who fumbled it recovered it in the end zone. It's only 3rd down, therefore it is a touchdown.
So Ryan Leaf recovers his own fumble for the touchdown. And the Cougars now lead 37-28.
But I thought he recovered it still in the field of play.
It looked like the ball was behind the line. His body was forward. Look here. I'll bet in the pile he nudged the ball forward.
There he is, right. See, then he went like that. Either way, it's a touchdown.
The kick by Ryan Lindell is good. And the Cougars now lead 38-28, back out to a 10-point advantage with 13-14 left to go. 13 minutes, 14 seconds left in the game. Once again, our score, the Cougars 38, the Huskies 28.
How would you like to run a business of your own from the comfort of your own home? Be your own boss, set your own hours, and make great money. It's not as crazy as it sounds.
Last year, I made over $100,000 a year from my home.
I just made a down payment for our vacation home, working part-time.
We gave up our jobs.
People thought we were crazy.
And we took in over $250,000 in our first year.
Yeah, you have to be crazy to visit this website and find out how to start your home business. Crazy like a fox. There are thousands of opportunities for you, full or part-time. Live the lifestyle you've been dreaming of. The secret is in the Success Kit. To get yours, log on now.
Next year, my goal is $500,000.
I made $5,000 yesterday.
We've made enough to spend winter in Hawaii.
Crazy? I don't think so. Log on now to get your Success Kit.
The best damn sports show, period. Weeknights on FSN.
This Christmas, Fox Movie Channel presents Miracle on 34th Street.
That's a good one.
An all-day movie event for the whole family.
Is that so?
Yes. Join us as we watch both versions of this classic tale back to back. On a personal note, remember to leave out some milk and cookies the night before.
He is Santa Claus. Santa Claus. Santa Claus.
Ho, ho, ho. Miracle on 34th Street all Christmas Day, only on Fox Movie Channel.
5:06 left to go. The Apple Cup, the Cougars lead by 10, 38-28. Second down and 8 for Washington State at the Washington 15-yard line. Leafed and off to Black again, breaks free on the near side, and he's taken down around the 12-yard line by Farms and Jensen. A gain of 3 yards on the carry. I want to correct something I said earlier. I said that UCLA lost this afternoon. They won today over USC, so that paves the way for the Cougars. If the Cougars win this ball game, they go to the Rose Bowl for the first time in 67 years. So UCLA with a win today. And if the Cougars end up winning this ball game, 4.5 minutes left to play. It's been a long year, long last 3 weeks, I should say, for the Huskies. But what a year for that man and his team, Mike Price and the Cougars. It is third down and 5. Is incomplete, intended for Chris Jackson at the 7-yard line.
Intended for Chris Jackson.
That'll make it 4th down and 5, and Ryan Lindell will come in for the field goal try.
You know, it's nice to know in this game, though, that no matter what happens, both teams are going to a bowl game. The 167 years, I mean, my gosh, it's gives a lot of credit to the Northwest. Anytime you can have a Northwest school go, particularly from the state of Washington, over USC or UCLA, it's a great feat.
Ball will be spotted at the 19-yard line. Lindell boots it up, and it is good. Ryan Lindell with a 29-yard field goal. 3 more for the Cougars with 4:12 to go. It's now the Cougars 41 and the Huskies 28. We'll be back right after this timeout.
College football fans, here's your chance to be a part of the BCS. Go online to get the official merchandise from the Rose Bowl game presented by Citi. the Allstate Sugar Bowl, the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl, the FedEx Orange Bowl, and the Allstate BCS National Championship. Own a part of college football history. Go to bcsfootball.org and order today.
Brick by brick, stone by stone, we built a place to call our own. Gonna fill it up with laughter, write my happy ever after. 'Cause for the first time in my life, I'm holding the key to a brand new life waiting on me. That's what makes a house a home.
Across the country and around the world, thousands of Habitat homeowners and millions of volunteers know the joy and pride of seeing a house become a home. A brighter future, one family at a time. Support Habitat's work in your community. Volunteer, get involved, and help build it. Visit Habitat.org.
That's what makes a house a home.
1:08 left to go in the game. Cougars lead 41-28. Pass is complete. And out of bounds at the 30-yard line goes Fred Coleman. So he's over 100 yards for the afternoon with his catches from Brock Heward. Mike Price, look at that. Jumping into the arms of receiver Chris Jackson. There goes the Gatorade on top of Price. Hugging another one of his players. Mike Price and the Cougars will celebrate tonight. Passes off, complete near side. Coleman one more times, and Fred has run out of bounds at the 46-yard line. A first down for the Huskies. Gain of 16 yards. 57 seconds left to play. The Washington State Cougars will be going to the Rose Bowl for the first time in 67 years. What a season for Washington State. Quick pass. Desaussure with the reception. 45 slips and falls down.
Tough to keep your foot on the ground these
That's
days.
true, and young Desaussure should remember to try and get out of bounds.
Yeah. And, you know, in this game, Sonny proves that the Cougars don't have to have snow to beat the Huskies.
That's always a fallacy.
35 seconds left to play. Second down and 1. Brock Heward. Far sideline. It is incomplete and almost picked off again. Intended for Coleman. Clock stops with 26 seconds left. What an afternoon for young Mr. Leaf. Will he play in only one more game in a Cougar uniform? Will he enter the NFL draft? If he does, he certainly will be one of the top picks. Third down and a yard for the Huskies. First down. Maurice Shaw down to the Washington State 32-yard line. Gets out of bounds to stop the clock. 18 seconds left.
Sonny, it's been a long time since the Huskies have ended a season with 3 straight losses, or lost 3 straight for that matter.
I think 1989.
It's been a while. Not the way you would like to finish your Novembers, and hey, it's time to regroup.
Rick Dixon, the Cougar athletic director, celebrating his coach.
Downfield into the end zone, complete. Jerome Pathon, touchdown. Brock Heward, touchdown pass to Pathon. A 45-yard strike. Heward to Pathon with 9 seconds left to play. 41-34, Cougars lead. What a catch by Pathon. No quit in this club, and especially that guy, number 24.
He made the fake like he was going to spike the ball to stop the clock and throwing it downfield to Pathon.
Yeah, it was like that. Everybody else decided to stop playing.
It was kind of weird.
Nice catch by Jerome for the touchdown. Nick Lentz on for the extra point try. Snap back. The kick is up. And it is good.
Well, that's a little drama now, as the Huskies are certainly going to onside kick.
41-35. The Cougars lead with 9 seconds left to go. Don't go away. We'll be back right after this timeout.
Fox College Sports has the recipe for the ultimate college reunion. Start with over 500 live college basketball games. Add conferences like the Pac-10, ACC, and more. Toss in news from around the NCAA. And garnish with the hottest coaches shows. This is the place where college basketball never ends. For more info on Fox College Sports, log on to foxcollegesports.com.
Sunday Night Hoops snaps into focus. First, high-flying Virginia Tech takes on ACC rival Wake Forest. Then, Cincinnati travels down Tobacco Road to battle NC State. Sunday Night Hoops, this week on Fox College Sports.
Weeknights on the best damn sports show, period. Wednesday, it's our Salute to Saturday with the best damn top 50 college football moments. Thursday, we're counting down the most touching and emotional moments that turn heroes into legends.
I don't believe what I just saw.
It's the best damn top 50 most inspirational moments in sports. Friday, we give you the forum, you give us the comedy. It's the top 50 fan bloopers. Weeknights at 11.
Well, it's now the Cougars 41 and the Huskies 35. Only 9 seconds left to play, so you know the Huskies will try the onside kick to try to get it back. They've been successful with the onside kick throughout the year.
Cougars have the hands team on. They will hold on to this football with their lives.
Well, the only problem, Sonny, only 9 seconds left.
Not much time.
Clock starts when it's kicked,
and
the Cougars have got it. Fittingly, Sean McWashington out of Seattle makes the recovery. The Cougars will have to take a knee, and it'll be a knee that'll take them to the Rose Bowl.
This game is over. 8 seconds are left, but Ryan Leaf will just take the snap from center, go down on one knee, run out the clock. And the Cougars will come away with the biggest victory in their history in the last 67 years. Mike Price will win his first game on the road in November since he took over as head coach of Washington State. So the Cougars will come away with an Apple Cup victory here in 1997 that will propel them into the Rose Bowl January the 1st.
There's the roar from the crowd. They just announced that UCLA has won and the Cougars have won, and Washington State's going to the Rose Bowl.
Ryan Leaf takes a knee. It is over. The Cougars win it, and they're on to the Rose Bowl January the 1st. Cougar fans, the players, the coaches celebrate on the field here at Husky Stadium. The Cougars win it this afternoon. A final score of 41-35. The Cougars are going to the Rose Bowl for the first time in 67 years.
From the athletic department at the University of Washington, Washington State, good luck at the Rose Bowl.
It's official. The Cougars are going to the Rose Bowl. Nobody is happier than that guy right there. Cougar head coach Mike Price. Final score, Cougars 41, the Huskies 35.
The most unpredictable college football season in history reaches its climax. The Tigers have risen from the ashes and are ready to claim their second BCS championship. But the Buckeyes are out to avenge last year's title game loss and prove they're the true number one. LSU, Ohio State. The All-State BCS National Championship game this January only on Fox.